can stand up, or you can stand around. Better keep your hands up, or you be a man down. I know what your plans was. That ain't how it's going down. Better get them hands up, or you be a man down.
Hey, welcome back, man. Oh, we lost Kaz that quick. Kaz was in the cameraman. Slim here though. I'm here.
On time.
LeBron here. He ain't got nothing else to do. He ain't got no games to get ready. He ain't got no games to get ready for, man. Hey, man, let's talk basketball, man. I can't wait, man. Where we at? Episode 119. In his Kaz and Slim and Mel here today. So we about to cook, man. Y'all want to get right into it? Y'all want to waste time talking about something else? Y'all want to get right into it?
I won't waste time.
Let's get right into it.
All right, man. Hey, look. Phoenix beat them boys 4-2. Phoenix beat the Lakers 4-2. Of course, AD was hurt and all that good stuff, man. But I gotta ask, man, what do you think happened? Like, what went wrong? What is the cause of all of this? Are y'all going to be the ones who's going to blame all of LeBron's teammates? Or y'all go do like some real basketball analysis and talk about what y'all saw happen? Slim, I'm going to let you go first. What's up, Lamar?
Well, goddamn. I blame this on the coach. I know we're going to get into how wrong I was about this series.
Okay.
But they had added factors into why I was so serious.
Okay.
One of them being a coach.
Okay.
Even though Montrezl Harrell, I mean, I know you was 6th man of the year and all that last year, and you didn't seem that I was fooled that he would be that same player or close to it. Dude was playing like 6 minutes a game.
But why? I mean, but why though? Why take him out? Why bring him in? Because remember when this first free agent period happened and everybody was talking about who the Lakers signed. They signed Schroeder, they signed Montrez, they signed Gasol, Wes Matthews. A lot of people was talking like that was like a huge deal. And Cash, you was one of them who said that Schroeder was an upgrade from Rondo and an upgrade from Avery Bradley. And we had go back and forth about, I think Rondo is a lot better as your point guard than you will be with Schroeder. So like, if you can't say it was Harrell, you can't say it was Schroeder and all that stuff because y'all was so psyched about them. Y'all said all that was an upgrade. So it can't be them.
Well, I'm going to say this one thing, and just in my defense, do you not think Schroeder – hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so you think that Rondo is better currently than Schroeder?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Wasn't he just averaging – with the Clippers, he just was averaging 6 points a game. So I can't say that's a better effort, But I don't want to get too much into this.
Is that how you would recruit though? No, seriously. Would you recruit like if you was a college recruiter and you had to go and watch 2 point guards play? You need a point guard for your program. Would you go watch them play, or would you just say, "Hey, just give me the paper so I can see who averaged the most"?
Watch them play.
But I watched them play. I watch. All right. To answer your question, I'm going to watch them play.
All right. So when you watch Schroeder and Rondo play, who's better?
Schroeder, to me, my opinion, Schroeder.
Okay. You double down. I don't see how the proof is in the pudding. When you see Rondo perform, and when you see him perform, right, and you know what type of point guard he is, like right now, we know Chris Paul can hit threes, he can hit mid-range, and he can score driving to the lane. However, Chris Paul, if he has a score on his team, he's gonna make sure he find the ball. Chris Paul picks his points when he wants to score. That's how good of a scorer he is. He says, look, I don't need to give you 20 a game, but if you need 20, I can give it to you. But I'm gonna give Booker, or I'm gonna give Blake Griffin, or whoever else was on my team. I'm gonna help them cook, because that's what type of dude I am, personality wise. Rondo is like that. But when you watch a lot of Rondo and you seen him in Boston, and you seen when KG went down, and that head-to-head matchup he had against D Rose, where he was dropping 30s and 40 point triple doubles, Schroeder has never even reached a height that high with his scoring altitude. But Rondo doesn't showcase that every game, because he wants to get everybody else involved.
Answer me this, Mel.
All right, wait, Mel.
Well, because when his head is out, we seen when Rondo head is not there. You might as well put me at point guard.
It's a different conversation, though. But the conversation is who's better.
I never finished, but yeah, I never finished my
as well.
I never finished my point, Melvin. You had interrupted me. You had interrupted me to try to make another point. So I was trying to defend myself because when I originally stated that, I was looking at it because I had watched Schroeder when he was at OKC. Schroeder was the number 2 in OKC behind Chris Paul last year. So I was just like, oh, man, he's doing this thing with Chris Paul. When I saw, the gelling of that team, I just assumed that when he would have came to the Lakers, it would have been the same thing. But we did see at times peak Dennis Schroeder with the Lakers better than what Rondo was. Rondo, when you mentioned the Celtics Rondo, you're talking about a Rondo from 14 years ago. He's not the same player that he is from that era. Yeah, his basketball IQ far exceeds what Dennis Schroeder has. I was just saying that in the sound bites that you was listening to. Age and experience are synonymous. The longer you play, the more experience you're gonna have. So of course I'm gonna give the basketball IQ nod to Rondo. I will. I will say that Schroeder is not a patch on Rajon Rondo basketball IQ, but their ability. Dennis Schroeder his current ability to penetrate, his current ability to knock down shots, he's a better shooter than Rondo. He's not a better distributor, but when you look at how the Lakers played, the main distributor is LeBron James, and that's exactly what you said is not winning basketball. So I also got to look at how the coaches was using Dennis Schroeder. I also was talking about how it was a downgrade on defense. Yeah, Dennis Schroeder. That's
you didn't say it. No, you didn't say that. You didn't say that.
Yes, I did. Yes,
I heard the soundbite. You didn't say that.
Wait. All right. Wait, I was saying that they lost Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, that they don't have no other rim protector.
Wait. We talking about Schroeder and Rondo. Hold on.
Right, Melvin, because that's...
Hey, hold on. Go ahead, caller. Hello?
Yo,
what's going on? What's up, bro?
What's good? It's Lamar.
What's up, Lamar, man? What you got to say about it, man? Why they lose?
Man, look, I didn't do my show last night, and I probably won't do it tonight because I'm a little under the weather, so y'all excuse me. So I kind of peeped the highlight. Look, the Lakers just weren't built as a good team. They got the records that they got the wins in the regular seasons because off the backs of 2 great superstars. Now, but here's the thing. When you build an organization off a fragile superstar that was known in New Orleans that he couldn't stay healthy, and off the back of a 36-year-old, and you're expecting him to carry a team after the other superstar got hurt, is asinine. They lost because there's really fundamentally Lakers just built trash. I mean, let's call it what it is.
But why all of this hindsight? Like, how come no one that's a Laker fan or no one that's a LeBron James fan can see this? My bad. I didn't mean to say that. No, man. I meant to say I said LBJ. I meant to say LBJ. But look, why? How come no one's seen this from the beginning when I saw it from the beginning. The same thing that I was saying. Y'all were saying now in hindsight.
I am a Lakers fan, and I was never high on the Anthony Davis trade to begin with because one, you gave up too much. You gave up your future for a dude that's made out of paper mache. So I was never big on the AD trade. He was an injury problem before he got to the Lakers.
The AD trade was good. There's nothing wrong with the AD trade. The AD trade was good. LeBron, you had LeBron, and you know that you only got him for about 3 years. So it ain't no point of trying to develop Lonzo Ball, Ingram, Kuzma, all them dudes, and try to help LeBron win. Josh Hart.
Come on, you're lucky to get 3 years out of AD.
Yeah, but
they ain't even dirty yet.
But I'm looking at it optimistically a little bit, right? Getting AD, they got a ring out of it, right? So getting AD, it worked at least last year.
Okay, but examine that championship. Had the COVID not happened, if there was any team that benefited off a 2.5 month layoff, it was the Lakers. LeBron was looking tired. LeBron was looking tired, and AD, he probably could slip out the damn bathtub and break his ankles.
Yeah,
that boy liability.
LeBron looked real tired last night, man. He looked real tired. But still, I still pull the trigger on that trade if I'm Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka at that time. It was a good trade. They got 2 superstars. However, the way they built their team last year, they bought in Rondo, championship pedigree, great player, right? High IQ. They bought in Dwight Howard. He's a guy who has led a team to the finals with 0 all-stars, right? So you already know he got a deep playoff run in him, right? He's got that. JaVale McGee championship pedigree. Danny Green championship pedigree. They built it the right way.
Demir Nelson did make an all-star.
Last year they did. Last year they built it right because
Sean Lewis also made an all-star.
They was able to get guys that play basketball as a team.
Right.
And this year I didn't like none of those moves. I didn't like the Montrezl. All right, let me back up. I need to take it further because Frank Vogel is the same coach that got fired in Orlando Magic. You know how hard it is to get fired in Orlando? You have to suck that bad to get fired in Orlando. And then he inherits this job with LeBron James. And let's be fair, LeBron James makes a lot of head coaching jobs easy. There's a lot of pressure that you don't have to handle coaching a LeBron James team. So, I didn't like how Frank Vogel continues to keep Marc Gasol in the pick and roll situation. He can't guard it. He's too slow. You have the 6th man of the year, Montrezl Harrell, sitting on your bench. You reduce his minutes for whatever reason. I haven't done the research on the reason why, but
I can tell you the reason why.
What's up?
And the reason why actually goes against what you just said about coaching LeBron James or LeBron James led team takes pressure off of you. It takes pressure off of you in one way, but in another way, it puts unnecessary pressure on you. And the reason why it puts unnecessary pressure on you is because you have to play a guy like Gasol with LeBron over a guy like Harrell because the paint need to be wide open. A player like Montrezl Harrell is useless with LeBron. Now, maybe if AD was still there, and the thing about the flaws in the LeBron James offense is you don't get to see all of them because it gets cleaned up by having an all-world scorer beside him, right? So Wade, all-world, Bosh, all-world scores, right? Same thing with Kyrie Irving, all-world scorer, and then same thing with Anthony Davis, all-world scores. But when you lose those dominant scores, the LeBron James offense looks very mediocre, and then you start seeing more and more flaws in it. It's just not the best offense you can run, and coaching that puts you in a disadvantage because that's kind of the only offense LeBron can flourish in, and that's why Schroeder couldn't run the point because now AD's gone. The only way we can rely on points is from LeBron, and the only way LeBron rely on points is top of the key, high screen and roll. And now where's they go put Schroeder on the wing?
What you got against the high screen and roll?
I don't have anything against it.
The Suns ran it all day against them.
Yes. I don't have anything against it. It's just when your best player and your number one scoring option has to run it to get open looks or to get a high percentage shot, it gets very redundant. Now with Chris Paul and Devin Booker, yeah, they run high screen run, but guess what? Devin Booker also runs off screens and catch and shoot. Devin Booker also gets the ball in the mid post and do his thing. And
Book's game could go anywhere on the court.
Right. And then Chris Paul also off that high screen and roll is not just all the way to the rim. He can stop and pop and hit the elbow jumper. With LeBron, it's high screen roll and rim. There's no other option but rim or step back three. Anything in between that is off limits.
So what I just heard, you still telling me after 18 years this nigga's still limited?
Yeah, you know he's limited.
Okay, I'm just making sure we on the same page. That's all.
Yeah, you know he's still limited.
You know, look, I've gone on millions of times. I'm not a big LeBron fan.
Well, look, this is the receipt show. So let me play that. I don't even know what this is. I don't even know what this is. I think this is either Cass saying something right or Cass saying something wrong. Let's see what it is. So you're going to see when Schroeder gets alongside LeBron, where he starts looking like Danny Green because he's in catch and shoot situations more often than he's used to, and he's not having the ball in his hand creating as he used to. So Rondo had to figure that out and say, I'm going to be a catch and shoot player when LeBron's on the floor, but when he's out the floor, I can pick my spots and I can run screen around. On top of the fact that Rondo is the person who has probably the highest IQ on the team. He's the guy who took over film rooms and said, this is how we're going to guard Jimmy Butler. And he gave the scheme to the team that they use to shut down Jimmy Butler. You're not going to have that anymore in Schroeder. So you go from a point guard who's teaching everybody, including the coaches, who's a coach on the floor, to a guy who's got to look up to LeBron James and get guidance. So, yeah, you're getting a younger guy. You're not getting a better guy.
You're getting a better guy.
Slim, did the Lakers get a better guy when they got rid of Rondo for Schroeder?
I ain't see Magic Johnson walking in that damn locker room, bro. I'm sorry. Look, before you even play mine, I gotta sing that Chris Stapleton song. I was wrong. I was fucking wrong. I was wrong, bro. Fuck, my bad. God damn, I was wrong, bro. Shucks, I was wrong, dog. Like I thought, because here's what I thought why they signed. That's why I was about to go against you with your Rondo point, but I can't just because of the result that just happened. Eventually, LeBron got to be off the floor. Wes Matthews, love him to death. Can he create his own shot? Nah.
Hell no.
Well, Gasol? Nah.
No.
They betted on Schroeder, and Schroeder betted on himself by not signing that extension. Like, nah. I'm a $50 million. I'm a $100 million player, not a 50. So they bet. Yeah,
Schroeder better take a contract for a pack of Vienna sausages and a roof over his head.
Exactly. So he betting on himself. Lakers betting on him to come on that bench and give me 12 quick. I brought him up last week. I'm looking at him in the Clippers. Reggie Jackson. He found out quick when he got that's right. Detroit. I ain't that dude. Let me go somewhere where they got some other superstars at and come in and goddamn give him that lift. Schroeder thought he was that number one point guard. Yeah. You had 3 points? I don't give a damn what you talking about catching shoot 3 points. The fuck? 3 points? Dog, I don't give a damn. You an NBA player.
Yo, didn't Schroeder go 0 for 9 in game 5?
That's what I'm saying.
He had 0 points in game 5. Zero.
Come on, man. You can
0 points.
$50 million man my ass. That dude is worth. He is worth California minimum wage. This dude is worth $7.25 an hour.
He worth a lot in Sacramento because Sacramento.
Yeah.
But no, they better now. So
0 points.
Whatever team, but.
So let's compare what Rondo did in the playoffs last year versus what Schroeder did in playoffs.
it ain't even necessary, man. We know what the deal is. Schroeder is a bum.
So
it ain't necessary. Schroeder is a bum.
I'm still trying to get where Kaz is trying to like just come off of that take and say you were wrong.
He looking across the street. Look what he's doing right now.
All right, I was wrong.
You wasn't all the way wrong. Look at Rondo.
I was wrong, Mel. I was wrong, but no, because Rondo is Rondo.
You wasn't wrong. Rondo was right.
No, because we say that because we're looking at the results because of what he played next to him. At the time, people were saying is the greatest player in the world. Where was that when he was with the Kings? Like, where was that Rondo? So I like that's what I'm saying. I can't necessarily say that he is one's better than other. All right, you have a person with a higher IQ vice a person with a better talent. Like
not just higher IQ, not just higher IQ.
Right, Melvin.
Better,
when you
better
talk, I
playoff
didn't interrupt not one time. I didn't interrupt not one time, Mel. So show me at least the same respect.
You got 3 examples
of
being right.
I'm gonna say this. Let's look at their play right now.
Rondo is better.
Rondo look like ass. No,
Rondo's better. Rondo's better.
Got the same minutes per game.
Rondo's better. If Rondo was on the Lakers, he would not have had a goose egg in Game 5. Guaranteed. He don't get the minute. He don't get the minutes. With LA, he just got there after the right at the All-Star break. He's still learning the offense. It almost takes away a little bit to have him in there too much. He's not all the way acclimated, but being that he is Rondo, he can still come in and help.
IQ, if he ain't highly acclimated, he can adjust. I ain't gonna take that away from him.
No, he's adjusting. It's just he ain't getting big minutes. He ain't getting big minutes.
That's a player.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bro.
That man got in Game 5 and was part of the reason why Luka was locked up. He was the only person that they trusted to guard Luka one-on-one.
Because he was cooking the hell out of Beverly the last few games. Yeah. That boy was cooking his ass.
Raheem said, give me Rondo in the clutch motors, but give me Schroeder throughout the game. I say this, Raheem. Give me Rondo when it matters. Give me Schroeder.
That's what you just said.
No. I'm not even done.
Moments?
No, I'm not even done. I'm talking about when it matters is playoffs. So give me Rondo in the playoffs. Give me Schroeder during the regular season when it don't count. I take that.
Hey, give me Schroeder in the garbage minutes. Give me Rondo the whole damn game.
Yeah, and Josh been speaking facts this whole time, talking about the mid range, how important the mid range is with CP3 and Booker. Is totally different. You can clean up so much stuff when you can actually shoot, but when you got to get to the rim for all your shots,
you ain't be a player.
And all that talent you saying Schroeder got, it just went out down the drain when it counted and when it mattered. And that's what I said. That's what I was saying. I was like, why would you want that when Rondo's a proven guy? But I'm gonna tell you what Kaz was right at though.
Everything else.
So it's the Lakers. It's championship or bust. Like, back to the question: are they the favorites? I'm not saying they're not going to get out of the first round. All right, the bottom 5 through 8.
I've already answered your question at the very beginning. Yes, they're in trouble.
Right. So yes, they can beat 5 through 8. Right, but what about 1 through 4? They're going to be one of those, but would they be able to beat? I'm not even going to the top. So if they go to the second round and let's just say potentially play the Phoenix Suns, I don't think as of right now they can beat the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, that was you know what? Look at you know what? I'm like a proud father, man, seeing that I'm raising little baby psychics, man. I love that, man.
Yeah, you're 15 years older than me.
What that lady name?
A baby psychic, man. I got to get Kaz props on that.
Learned a little bit
back in the day.
Listen to Mel arguing with Mel. I learned how to learn certain things, to look at certain things of the game. So I give credit where credit due. I look at
So look, Cass, I listened to that episode earlier today, and you was talking about that the difference maker in that, and if they was to face somebody like Phoenix, and this was back in March when he said this, y'all.
And you realize they were playing Phoenix when we were talking about that too. I remember that day specifically.
What Cass said is, I don't think that without AD did they have any answer for Ayton. And then I think you and Corey both said something about CP3, the CP3 factor as well. And Slim, you was the one that was on the fence on the other side of it, saying that you don't think Phoenix could do it. It's Devin Booker's first playoff, it's Ayton's first playoff. You don't think it can go down like that?
When the facts change, my opinion changed, bro.
What facts changed?
Devin Booker fucking going 47. For the light skin. that fact didn't change, bro. My opinion changed. You know what? Devin Booker
boy was cooking with some of that mama seasoning.
Yeah, they definitely was. Hey, but look,
you know
Lamar, we can't see you, but I'm gonna do it for you. Lamar.
Mama's cooking, man. Hold on. Facebook user Suns played a depleted Lakers team, but are they really the team that can make it to the Western Conference? That is a good question, man.
Who they play?
They're playing are they playing are they playing the winner of the Clippers in Dallas?
Oh, that you're gonna hate that series. High screen and roll versus high screen and roll.
It depends who win that series, right?
You know
because the Clippers are the third seed.
Denver's the fourth seed.
Right. So it depends, and the Mavericks is like the 6th seed. So it depends who wins that.
Let's play make believe. They play Phoenix.
Dang, Josh. You go do LeBron like that?
Right?
No. Phoenix is gonna get Denver because the lowest seed will go to the number 1 seed, Utah. So Utah will see either Dallas or LA.
Right. You're right.
Okay. No, they playing Denver. So they playing Denver then. Yeah, Phoenix playing Denver. Phoenix playing Denver.
No.
I hope they play Phoenix.
Right, yeah. Phoenix is playing Denver.
And Utah go play the 4-5 matchup.
We gotta go off on Kawhi when we finish all this.
Josh be going in, man. Hey, look. All right. So let's get into it, right? What else did y'all?
Right now.
Was this, man? I'm not even worried about the Clippers no more, man. After they gave that game up last game,
Luka took that game.
Yeah,
Luka took that.
They gave it up.
Real quick. Hey, I know everybody jump on Bron, but people gotta start. They gotta start holding Kawhi accountable for the same shit.
Yes,
he ran to LA running his mouth talking about I'm the new king of LA. You know, he was talking his shit, and he's a quiet dude. But then all of a sudden, you know, it's 2 years and 2 different coaches, and it's the same issue. But there's a common denominator. It's him and PG. So we got to start holding Kawhi to the same standard as we do with Bron.
Do we?
I don't think we do.
No, I'm saying, do we have to? Because what is the only reason why LeBron is held to that type of standard? Why? What's the only reason why LeBron is held?
They say he says he's the GOAT and he's the greatest player currently. So once you're on that plateau, you're the highest. You're the plateau of who we comparing to. Kawhi never said he was the GOAT, or no one ever regarded Kawhi as the GOAT.
But he did when he got to LA. He said he was the best player in the NBA.
No. Nobody put him on GOAT status.
I don't remember. I don't remember that.
Not GOAT. Look, listen. LeBron is getting GOAT scrutiny because you're trying to elevate yourself to a man that's 6-0 in the finals who had a complete game on offense and defense, right? And you trying to compare yourself to that. No one's putting Kawhi on that plateau.
Jordan is better than LeBron on offense. Jordan is better than LeBron on defense.
That's the whole game. Mama's cooking. That mama's cooking, man. So that makes sense, though, Lamar.
No, I'm saying that's fair. But what I'm saying is that, you know, Kawhi is still on that level of people that you look for to carry your team. So there still should be an amount of scrutiny that comes with that.
And it does.
He may not be the vocal type or the brass that's going to be out there and so extroverted like LeBron, but you know, he threw in his nuggets talking about, I'm coming to LA, here's my crown, I'm the new king of LA. But bro, it's 2 years and you got two different coaches, two great coaches. Let's not front on that. You know what so my thing is it's not the coaches. It sounds like it's coming down to a Kawhi issue.
Even after he did it in Toronto and San Antonio?
Well, them boys is hurt.
Look, San Antonio is you get the favor of being with a Hall of Fame coach in Popovich and an organization that runs through different players. Kawhi didn't do that by himself.
Of course not. No, he didn't do it by himself. But
he goes to Toronto, and then all of a sudden Van Fleet looks like he's the damn next, you know, Devin Booker. So, you know, he didn't do that by himself. He also got aided with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson going down.
Sure, but he still got to the finals, right?
He got there. Hey, he got there. No problem.
Right. So he got to the finals. We seen him perform on that final stage in San Antonio. Even if we're going to give the credit to a team achievement because they were so team oriented, it ain't like Kawhi was the focal point, right? But we seen him perform at a high level. We seen him perform against like KD, LeBron, and he held his own on offense and defense. So we know he ain't no slouch. We know he belongs in that conversation for the current players that's playing. Then we got to test that when he went and played against all these people on the East with Toronto, take down Joel Embiid, take down Greek Freak, and then get to the finals and, you know, had a great finals run. Yeah. His finals run was good. So we know what Kawhi is. So he goes to Clippers and it's not working out well.
There's one thing that's goes together. And Kwame Brown gonna get mad at me for this. But he got a simp as his running mate. Paul George is it's not the one you need to be your number two, bro. Even his mental, I don't like. He only hit a game-winning shot on a Gatorade commercial, my man. Nah.
Look, Paul George is legit, but Paul George is
not in the playoffs.
He's a bad luck charm. He's balling in the playoffs right now.
I'm not gonna say why he's a bad luck charm. His number one goal is not a Larry O'Brien trophy. We're just gonna say that. But no. He ain't the one that he was just the one when Kawhi look around, he might could get out of his contract. Like, think of if Lillard was on that team.
Josh said if the Clips go down, majority of the fault lays on Tyronn Lue. No, hasn't started Rondo and let him roll and hasn't even played Boogie Cousins, which is true. Yeah, he hasn't played Boogie Cousins. He hasn't gave a lot of minutes to Rondo, which he should have, and he hasn't played Luke Kennard either. So it's very weird. Cursed. Look, the team is cursed. I think Paul George is bad luck, but I mean maybe curses are real, man. From what the last owner did, and you know maybe this is just karma on the organization, man. I don't know.
Hey, that's what happens when you share a building with the world champs. Well, former world champs now because of yesterday.
Yeah, they definitely former. They got sent to the crib. They got sent to the daggone crib, boy. Definitely the former champs, man.
What the Dodgers doing?
I don't know. I feel, man. If the Mavs beat these boys tonight, man, good gracious.
They need to blow it up. They need to blow it up if they lose.
So what does that look like? What do y'all think? What do y'all think the Clippers need to do different? And I want to talk about what y'all think Portland needs to do different after that. Like, because you know Dame. As a matter of fact, we'll get to the Dame one. What y'all think the Clippers need to do different if they lose?
They need to get a better number 5. I'm gonna say that. They need to get a better number 5.
They need to move. I'm dead ass serious.
They're building their new building.
Well, they need to hurry the hell up.
They're building their new building.
They should move their team to Vegas. No, not with Paul George on that team. But what that building at? The old Forum? Same shit.
No. The building.
Western Forum.
I seen it. Where were we? Compton. When I went. Is it Compton?
It's kind of
no. It's not Compton. It's not Compton.
Well, here's the thing. Didn't Paul George just sign an extension?
I think he did, yeah, this summer.
So Paul George, obviously, if they just signed this extension, I don't think they're going to be so quick to move him. But Kawhi has an opt-out, if I remember correctly.
Indiana West. Because Kawhi, well, he not going. He in LA. He good. So, shit.
Wow.
Who think he'll leave? I don't think Kawhi leave.
And I'm thinking about that because he playing outside.
I don't think. No.
He like being in LA.
Hey, real quick. I got to shout out Sincere because he got on the sports show the other day. He said, "I wouldn't mind seeing Kawhi go to Memphis."
Ew. Why? He might as well stay in Toronto.
No, think about it. Kawhi is the quiet guy. He don't need the spotlight. John Morant but John Morant is that dude in Memphis. Kawhi would just have to go in there and be a veteran leadership presence, bring that championship pedigree, and bring it to that young squad of Memphis. You got John Morant and Dylan Brooks pretty much saying that we the next duo of those young cats that's going to bring it. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a bad idea. Can we for the superstars, can we not take the LeBron James blueprint and say, okay, if the team is not achieving what I want to achieve, I need to jump ship and go to another squad and handpick more running mates. Can we not do that? Can we not do that?
It's the way.
It's not the way now. Dame Lillard's not doing it.
But that's why that's a conversation though.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. Has how many teams has Steph played on?
He only played on one.
What about Clay?
Only played on one.
What about Dame?
Only played on one.
Okay.
Yeah, but come on. Golden State built the legacy off the LeBron blueprint. KD picked them to make them a better team. Unbeatable.
And how many teams?
Unbeatable. That team was unbeatable. The only reason why Golden State lost is because they had injuries. It was unbeatable.
Look, all I'm saying is we got to stop thinking, okay, now where can he go next? Stay with LA and build your team that you want. That's all you have to do. There's no. He want to be in LA anyway. There's no need to jump ship and go to another squad. There's no need for that. For what? To do the same process he just did in LA. Let's start over.
I'm gonna say the same thing in regards. Somebody is gonna have to leave if you want to build, because you're not gonna build through the draft because you're gonna be picking ass last. So someone has to leave. Someone's gonna have to leave their team that most likely drafted them. So it's gonna be that same aspect of why can't Kawhi leave?
Yes.
No, I'm talking about. Oh yeah, somebody's gonna have to leave a squad, but does it have to be an established superstar? Can it be a young star that is not a superstar yet, like Michael Porter Jr.? I'm fine with that. Like if you go back to the 90s way of how things work, right? And you look at the progression of, okay, we got a franchise player in Toronto with Vince Carter, and we got this young kid named T-Mac. He's pretty good, but our franchise is Vince Carter, right? And T-Mac is like, hey, look, I got way more game in me than y'all think. So when my contract's up, I'm going to Orlando and I'm gonna build my own squad, right? Those are the people who should leave, or people like Carmelo, who was like, hey, I used to be a superstar. Now I'm old. Now let me go play alongside a superstar on his squad. Those were the people that was moving in the past. Up and coming guys and guys who's already at the end of their career. The superstars that are proven and in their prime, they're trying to bring guys with them to build. They're not the ones that's jumping and was like, oh, let me just go join this superstar that's also in his prime. They wasn't doing it. So can we go back to that and stop saying, hey, man, he needs to leave?
Nope.
What's the point?
As long as these boys got these, which I'm not mad at, as long as they got this power, nah, because they could get their money and their championship. I don't like it personally. I'm with you. I'd rather even though that's another story for another day with the GMs making the move, is kind of the same crap, but I don't know. But I can't knock them for, all right, if I'm Dame Lillard and call in the time, you think he'll be good over there in Portland?
They ain't got to get out of there, bro. They ain't got to get out of there. You score 55 points and get no support.
The only difference with Dame ain't going to nobody else's team. They ain't like, nah, he won't be the reason, which I love. He won't be the reason why he won the championship. Not one of them.
Well, who's going to Portland? Who's going to Oregon?
All in the town.
Well, first of all, hold on. That's a good point. That's a good point. Cat, I don't think Cat go be in Minnesota, and he wants to play with somebody that's a certified baller, and somebody like Michael Porter Jr. is from Washington, so that's not far from. I mean, like he probably want to go play in Portland. Who knows?
Man, the only time brothers was messing with Oregon, the only time niggas was messing with Oregon was they was playing Oregon Trail on the little PC game back in elementary game.
Hey, you know,
look,
Oregon.
That college conversation, Seattle got the best players. Besides New York, Seattle got some players, bro. I know that's Washington, but it's Northwest. Seattle ain't got no goddamn team.
Shit, Jamal Crawford from out that way.
Is he?
Or York.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford from Washington. I was just listening to
Brandon Roy.
Yeah, Brandon Roy out there.
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, Nate Robinson. Yeah, him too.
Well, I'm shit. Not Jamal Murray. Somebody played for the Nuggets.
Well, while y'all thinking about this, here's my idea for the Clippers. Right. I see some things that I would change, and they already on the right track when they got rid of Montrez, and then they got rid of Lou Will. They kind of changing the team to fit more what Kawhi want to do.
Lou.
Right. They got rid of them. Right. They need to keep going. I think Pat Bev is not part of the future. He has to go. Right now, they so in love with Pat Bev, they think they gotta play him. What Pat Bev used to be, is not. Yeah, he's not no more. It's a waste to have him on your roster, right? Reggie Jackson is outperforming him big time in the playoffs, right? So I think continue to get
never good when you get outperformed by Reggie Jackson,
right? Continue to get rid of the dead weight like Pat Bev and all that stuff. Get healthy, just find glue guys like, Nicholas Batum, Ibaka, guys like that. Just bring them in. I if you could, the only huge move I would do via a trade, if you could, and I don't know if you can with that contract, depends on who you trade them to. I would find another number 2 for Kawhi, for Paul George. I really would.
You saying move Paul George?
If you could, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't move heaven and earth like I just want to get rid of him like he's the scapegoat. I'm just saying I think it might be a better formula. I think a better formula for Kawhi might be a little big dynamic like a Kobe and Shaq, or like a Jokic and MPJ, or like a Kawhi and Tim Duncan. Like I think he needs. I think that's better for Kawhi. I don't like the your turn, my turn with another wing. Like, hey, I cook now and then I'll go to the side and let you cook. No, I don't like that.
Free agent.
So you pretty much saying that sounds like Karl Anthony Towns sounds like the best fit to go to the Clippers.
Possibly. If that's the only big that's close to being a franchise player that seemed like a good swap for PG-13. Yeah, I do that. I do Cat. If I was Portland, I would do Cat. I would do Cat if I was Portland.
I like that.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If they go waste a big, even though he's small, if they go waste a long big body just sitting on their bench, if I was a team that was a contender, I would see what I could do to get Bobo and add him to my mix. If they're not gonna use him, I would.
You love Bobo.
Look,
love Bobo.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you, and I like to look back at history and see parallels and comparisons.
I saw that picture of his little Instagram honey. He
she bad.
He did that.
She bad.
He did that.
So look, y'all remember when Jermaine O'Neal was sitting on Portland's bench for like 3 years, 4 years?
Yep. Behind Rasheed Wallace, though, wasn't he?
Huh?
He behind Rasheed, huh?
He was behind Rasheed, Brian Grant.
Did you put that napkin up there?
Deadlift Shrimp.
Why you did that?
He was behind a bunch of guys, right? As soon as he signed with Indiana,
he showed out.
He turned into an all-star.
He showed out.
Right.
Who do you think that's gonna be?
Bobo. As soon as a team say, I want that guy, like Jermaine O'Neal went from the bench and getting no PT
to all-star.
In Indiana.
Yeah.
Bro,
all he had to do was put on some weight.
GM. Is it Kiki Vanderway?
It might be, and he's good, but the Coach Malone don't like Michael Porter Jr. And for some reason, I don't know why he don't want to play Bobo. I guess because Jokic just need all them minutes. But I will play Bobo.
I can't be mad at him playing Joker all the minutes when Joker doing what the
but look, if Boban can get if Boban with the Mavs can get more minutes than Bobo, that don't look right.
Yeah, but at that position, they ain't got a Joker. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be mad at him for playing Joker and keeping homeboy boy at big. But you're right, they could find a pocket for him to get in that. But who you taking out? Tracy Porter. I'm tripping. That's the goddamn Saints cornerback. Michael Porter. Who calls him minutes for that? Like,
no, I mean, I think when you sit Joker down, like who's coming in when Joker sits down? Currently, or are they just moving Aaron Gordon to the 5 and playing small? Like I can't remember.
Speaking of Denver, I think Will Barton a free agent.
That might come out of Will Barton.
He'll be nice and hey, wait, well, hold on. What's Portland
Josh said Michael Porter Jr. is like a mini KD. Yeah, he's going to be great. Yep. If someone picks him up, you know, I'm telling you, it's going to be exactly what happened with T-Mac when he left Toronto and went to Orlando.
But wait, you said nobody got with Will Barton. He's 6'7". Portland got two freaking identical twins at 6'2" running around that.
I'm good. If I'm a contender and I'm missing something, I guarantee it ain't Will Barton.
No, shit. Portland missing, and then they too good to get a good draft pick. They're not bad enough. I think you could grab Will Barton in that, and at least we already know what Dame gonna do. They 6'2".
Will Barton ain't gonna be the answer to what Portland's problem is. Portland's problem is they don't have another guy that can create their own shot when Dame's not on the floor.
Yeah, they got
it's delivered by Dame.
They 2 6'2" players. Like Will Barton, at least you could plug him in at guard and be 6, 7.
All right, let's go ahead and go. This is Dame's IG message, somewhat encrypted after the game.
He did the Nipsey Hussle.
Right. How long should I stay dedicated? How long to opportunity?
Talking with his old lady.
Right. Maybe. But some people feel like he's talking about, hey, man, how long am I going to keep grinding with this one team and y'all can't build them around me? I think what's really going on with that is I think they want Stouts out of there. That's the main thing. I think they want Stouts out of there.
Talking about keeping the job and being adequate.
They want Stouts out of there because when they asked Nurkic, do he want to come back? Because I think his contract's up. When they said, do you want to come back? And he said something about changes or whatever. I don't know. They want Stouts out of there. I'm reading between the lines on that. But since we're talking about Dame in Portland, yeah.
I had lost audio, but before we go into Dame, I wanted to touch bases on what you were saying about Bobo. Joker play out of the 5 position anyways. So why couldn't you just have Bobo down there anyways?
I don't know. That's Mike Malone, man. I don't know.
So I see your point. I'm playing Bo minutes. He's a stretch 5.
Yeah.
So
and Joker is a stretch mark 5.
Yes.
Stretch ball 5 too.
Yeah, but he played more so of a
right, but sticking out like that,
right. But if you got a lot of Joker is like he's running the offense, especially now that Jamal Murray's out. Like, so put Bo tall stuff down there, help get some rebounds, and bam, like. That's an off pass. Let's just say if they're doing the high screen and roll with Joker. Nobody gonna pay no mind to this 7'4" dude that's down. They're gonna be like, "That's Bo. I'm not worried about him."
Well, you know, Bo, he shoot that 3 really good. He's very long, and like, why wouldn't you want somebody at the rim blocking those shots like that? Like, I mean. I don't know if he got him on a weight program, he feels like if I start playing you like a real pro, your body's not gonna hold up. So that because that's what they did with Jermaine O'Neal when he came out of high school. Like your body's not ready yet. So he was, he put on a lot of weight from Portland to when he got to Indiana. So maybe that's what they're doing with Bo. They just want him to stay healthy.
Hey, let me ask you this, Mel, because didn't Bo had injury issues coming out of Oregon?
He broke his foot, yeah. I think that was his only injury, though. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I get what you're saying with Bo, but dude's frail.
Take the pull-ups off of him, man. Take them pull-ups off of him. He needs some minutes right now. Why did you draft him?
Who's a dude, man? Hey, who's a dude from Howard that's coming out from Howard? That cat? He was like a high draft pick, went to HBCU.
That's the little brother of Maker.
Garza.
Nah, Maker. Garza? Nah, Mature Maker.
Thon Maker.
No, Thon in the league. This is Mature Maker.
All right. So what elk is he? Because I see him by going to Howard, he calls himself some picks. I don't think they go.
I haven't seen enough of him, but I think he is in the ilk of Archer Morrow in Washington. He's a 6'10" with a NBA ready body. He's solid. He's got a big body.
Showing some promise in that series.
Yeah, I like Archer Morrow. Yeah, but he's got the NBA ready body. Who's the other guy in Atlanta? Hunter got the NBA ready body. So he got that big frame.
DeAndre.
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah. He's of that ilk. He's a 6'10" that can be a small or power forward.
But can he develop?
Hunter went to Virginia, right?
No, he went to
DeAndre Hunter. Yeah.
Oh, Hunter. Yeah. He won a national championship.
But I think he, from a little bit I've seen in Atlanta, my new favorite team, he developed a kind of a game where he could be a stretch three, but just he could knock down Jays, get rebounds and shit like that,
and play defense.
You see that and play deep. You think they need a player like that? Because I see him getting to 15 or 16. I don't know what Portland would draft that.
Do I think Portland needs a player? Yeah. Okay, so this is what I think Portland. So Lamar, can I give my Portland and my Denver what I would do if I was the GM? Can I get it? And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so with Portland, they suck on D, and their number one, number two scoring options are small guards, 6'2" or below. Or I think they got McCollum listed at 6'3", 6'4", and Dame listed at 6'3", but
they're being generous.
Right, they're being generous. They probably both about 6'2".
They're shorter than me.
So my number one guard and my number two guard are my number one and two scoring options, and they're small. I would go ahead and say, McCollum, I got to let you go because I want to bring in someone with some size to go along with Dame. So I don't know if that's Zach LaVine. I don't know if that's
nasty.
Yeah, I don't know if that's PG3. Oh, PG-13.
Zach LaVine. I'm getting Zach LaVine.
Right.
So remember PG. No.
Right. So no, he's the same size as Lillard, and he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, damn.
So that's my thing. Maybe the Bulls feel like, hey, I rather have this. Like maybe we want to try CJ McCollum at point guard now. Because I think he can run the point. He'd be really good. He'd be just like Steph and Dame. And maybe they want to come off of Zach LaVine's contract. Maybe I don't know. So maybe that might be a fit. But that's why I think the first thing Portland needs to do is get a bigger off guard to go along with Dame, and they need to start bringing in guys that play defense like Milwaukee did when they bought in PJ Tucker and they bought in Drew Holiday. They need to get guys like that in there.
Drew, there's a name I just looked at.
What's that?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Well, if
shows
you
potential, bro.
That's gonna have to be a 3-team trade if you trade for Dinwiddie, because McCollum ain't got no spot on New Jersey on Brooklyn. You can't get Dinwiddie for McCollum straight up.
No, McCollum ain't gonna see no PP in Brooklyn. He's getting straight off the bench minutes.
I don't know. I didn't fact check it, but it said he a free agent next year.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah.
I didn't fact check it, but because I know he's something in crypto.
So
that's how smart he is, but
yeah, I like that dude, man.
Yeah, he got sense.
Yeah, if you could get Dinwiddie without trading, and you can just sign him, and then now you can get another player for CJ. Well, but CJ is the piece that I would move because he is due money, and I think I can get exactly what he was giving me from Anthony Simons.
I ain't gonna lie.
Look, nobody gonna look
that good, bro.
He's really good.
Did he come out of high school?
He came out of high school. He came out of high school.
Good, bro. I didn't realize he could shoot like that.
Oh no, the dude, and he can jump.
See, that's what
Anthony Simons.
So if they can do that, man, at this point, man, just get Bol because, like I said, you need a 5 because Nurkic is never healthy. Nurkic is always hurt.
I choose a 5.
Yeah.
Well, right. Yeah. I get Anthony Towns too, but what I'm saying is,
that'd be
actually.
Cass, that'd be real good if you could get Cat for CJ and sign somebody like Dinwiddie, and then all of a sudden you got Dame, Dinwiddie, Cat. Maybe Melo can start with that lineup.
Have a stretch mode 5.
You could.
What's his name?
Cantor. Cantor's a free agent. He's gonna be
not Cantor. They got somebody.
Nurkic. Cantor is definitely not a stretch 5.
Nurkic. Give his ass up. You don't
but Nurkic is always hurt.
Give him up.
Nurkic is always hurt.
Okay. So package Nurkic and CJ for Cat. I would do it. I would do it.
Yes,
you also have to give him like 2 first-round picks too.
Because
possibly
we ain't gonna get no good first-round picks any goddamn week.
Possibly.
First-round picks ain't gonna matter.
Possibly. So that's what I would do with Portland. With Denver, they got a dilemma because Jokic, we know, go get paid.
Yes.
But you got to make a decision. You got to make a decision on whether you're going to play Jamal Murray or pay Michael Porter Jr. Which one would y'all pay? Or would y'all pay both of them?
I pay both just because of, well, at this point, Michael Porter Jr. and Joker looking, that offense looking.
I ain't gonna lie. Michael Porter Jr. showed me he can't keep it up. No Viagra. That second half, he flat lined.
But why though?
4 points, bro.
Yeah, but why?
4 points.
But why? Did you watch it though?
But I finished
because wait. When he listen, when he had 22 in the first quarter, how much did Joker have? He
didn't have much. But
okay,
so be on the team. They gonna pay Joker.
So in the second half, when MPJ had 4, how many did Joker have?
A lot.
Okay, so it's swapped.
Joker
got in foul trouble, and Michael Porter Jr. is the number 2. Did what he was supposed to do. He took over. Right. So what that tells me is this guy is so good offensively. When you say, "Hey, I need them points now," he can turn it on. But when Joker came back in for the second half and he wasn't in foul trouble and they ran the offense through him, he was scoring the points.
So if we could look at that stat, how many games Joker's in foul trouble? Not many.
Okay, he's not aggressive defensively. That's why.
So, but still, no. But whatever that says, that goes to I'm gonna pay Michael Porter Jr. to do what? To just be the cape. When we get the analytics. When Joker ain't in foul trouble, Michael Porter Jr. is pedestrian at best.
Get out of here! No way.
I'm just saying.
No
I'm just
way.
saying. I'm just saying. No, I'm not
No
saying
way.
he is. I'm not saying
No
he
way.
is. Right? No, I think you misconstrued what I said. I'm not
See,
saying
me and Josh
he
think
is.
alike. Josh said he go on MPJ easily.
No,
I'm explaining why I would do. Go ahead.
But who more useful when because we already see now Joker is on the top of that pole. Pause. No matter what. Right? So when Michael Porter Jr. not that effective with Joker, and I'm going to pay Joker, and I'm looking at Jamal Murray, who coincides with him perfect.
Yeah, but you're not doing the extra digging to fact find. Why is Michael Porter Jr. in your opinion not what you call not effective with Joker? Is it because they're not running the offense through MPJ?
But we not getting rid of Joker. That's what I'm saying.
Well, first of all, Joker's the MVP. He's really good. But listen,
really
I'm gonna go out on this limb.
Wait, hold on, man.
We can't go. We going feelings here.
Did you just say Joker's MVP?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Most valuable pudge.
Man, dude, the dude lost his number 2 and his stats rose. When we saw LeBron lose his number 2, what happened? His stats just
bashing LeBron. That's why I like that episode.
When Joker lost his number 2, his stats rose, and they still was they went up in a 5-game win spree directly after Jamal Murray left.
Yeah, that's because they had MPJ.
No,
Lakers don't have
MPJ. Right, but Mel, what I'm saying is, I'm agreeing with you that Joker is the MVP.
Right, but why he's the MVP? I think me and you disagree a little bit. I got a different take on why he's the MVP. He's the MVP. He's the MVP. He's the MVP because the 3 people that was ahead of him in the voting missed too many games.
No, and I agree. When it comes down to it, that's I just didn't say that, but yes, I agree with you at that point as well.
Yeah.
Because you can't say, "Oh man, if I would have played, we would have." Nah, you can't go.
I'm gonna do an if right quick. None of them people get hurt that y'all speak of. Who getting MVP?
James Harden,
Embiid,
James Harden. And I was, what's funny, Mel? I was the one person that was so against James Harden in the beginning.
And guess what? No one knows the person that was. James
Harden looks so. James Harden looks so amazing in the stretch when KD wasn't there. James, I didn't know he had it up in his game to be as efficient, because we always seen when he was with Houston, he was a reputation. I gotta get 25 to 30 shots a night. Man, he was averaging, but almost the same. He was 28 off of his 31 points that he was averaging, shooting 8 less shots.
You know what though? That goes with. Well, shit.
Hey, I'm gonna have to roll with you on that one, Cass, because I never cared for James's game because in Houston it was shoot threes right, every now and then, take to the hole, and then get to the free throw line.
Right.
But Mike D'Antoni, my coach.
Hey, when James got to Brooklyn, or matter of fact, this whole season, even those few games he played in Houston, his assist numbers have been out of this fucking world. Excuse my language, out of this world. His highs of his career. Yo, and then he gets to Brooklyn and says, "Yo, Kyrie, don't play the point. You are a scorer. Go shoot. I'll play the point."
Kyrie said, "You play the point."
Hey, well, it don't matter who said it. They executed it. You're right. Bro, they executed it flawlessly.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh KD was balling at the beginning too. I think we use that same thing that, hey, I get it. Some guys play very, very good basketball, and their team is playing pretty good. But when they're in the MVP race against a guy who's a lone wolf who don't have another superstar beside him, and you have a superstar or two on your team, it usually takes away from you a little bit. So I think Harden would have lost some votes, even though he was playing phenomenal. And we do know that he didn't have two superstars the whole time, because when he got there, Kyrie wasn't there, and when Kyrie came back, KD got hurt, right? So it was just him and one other guy.
Live matter shit.
It was him and one other guy, and it wasn't him and two other guys. So I think he could have got some votes, but I think MB actually was the MVP before.
Wait a minute, Mel.
All that happened.
We need to. I don't know what you need to give me a symbol for trashing people, but can we please call KG and Big Baby to the stand for them getting some?
Oh man.
Your brains blowed out with the white leather seats.
Come here, KG. Come here, KG. Come here, KG.
Hey, so
come here.
So Kyrie, it was fun. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot all about that.
Not me. That's my type of topics.
Kyrie, of course he said something about Boston before they got to Boston, and it kind of caused an uproar about he actually said, "Hey man, they say some racist stuff." Pretty much what he said, from the audience. And then everybody was like, people came and tried to protect Boston and say, it's just like anybody else. And then Marcus Smart came out and was like, nah, yeah, it's uncomfortable. I play here and I don't like the stuff they say about us.
Marcus Smart had that altercation when he was at Oregon.
Yeah, remember that story with Bill Russell? And I'm not going to get you off, but is that true about somebody broke in his house, took a shit in his bed?
I don't know.
I don't know if y'all are sitting on the hill.
But you got to remember, that's in Boston.
And he was winning championships for him.
Right.
Several championships.
Yeah. At the end of the day, bro, you still N-word. At the end of the day, you're still an N-word.
Jay-Z said it best.
So I didn't have a problem with Kyrie after they finally put Boston out. And he walked by Lucky the cartoonish leprechaun on the floor at half court. And threw a Newport on his face and put it out with his toe. You know what I mean?
He did the Michael Jackson toe tap on that joint.
Yeah, he did. He did, and then walked off. I don't know if he knew somebody was gonna see that or not, or he was just doing that because look, I mean, and you got to know how he probably felt, man, because Boston didn't do him right. Like he was the scapegoat for everything that went wrong in Boston. Everything when he was there, right? And he was a good citizen while he was there. He was just getting badmouthed for no reason. So you can understand some of what he felt. However, for the dude to throw the bottle at him full of water and try to hit him, that was foul. But what was even more foul was how KG, Kevin Garnett,
and Big Baby
and Fat Baby Davis decided to go to Twitter and air out a grievance, which I really want to call us to start airing out grievances one-on-one in the phone conversation. We've got to stop this whole stuff going on Twitter. To air out grievances.
Talk about keep it on Twitter. Keep it on Twitter.
Hey, it depends on what it is, though.
It depends on what it is. Twitter, which was classic.
It depends on what it is.
KD said, "Nigga, please."
Hey, look, that was cringe. That was cringe-worthy for me to see two black men
defend David Duke.
Defend Boston in a cartoon and try to overshadow someone throwing a bottle at someone that's supposed to be in their fraternity and hit them in the head with it.
We all love the movie Django, right?
You're
yes,
right.
I love that movie.
Was not KG and Big Baby Steve?
Hey, I don't mean to change the subject, but I'm watching this Clippers and Mavericks.
Oh, don't
game.
tell me they're getting blowed out.
No,
it's
I'm
close.
figuring out. No, it's a tight score, but I'm figuring out what Clippers' problem is, and it goes back to what Kaz said. I will go get a 5 because Boban is killing these cats right now. Boban is killing these cats right now, and they got no answer for Boban. Oh goodness!
No,
How you let
Boban John Wick
Did George
killed
Murray
in the
sign
library.
in 2021?
John Wick killed this tall ass in the library. John Wick 2, y'all don't remember that? John Wick 2, that was Boban. Like, no one's gonna know. Man, I still got 10.
Yeah,
Nobody's gonna know.
Boban looking like he about to hit a career high tonight. He got 10. He might get 20. That's a career.
You know the funny
29.
thing? Boban is their vocal leader.
And he don't speak English.
he also was their adjustment as well because what gave the Mavs problems when they got blown out in game, what was it, game 4 or game 3?
Porzingis didn't disappear this whole series, bro.
I'm gonna get to that.
I think that's the all right. I'm gonna wait.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, the Clippers went small, and then when they went small, and they didn't play Pat Bev no more, that took away Luka's one of his main offenses where he was going to either put Zubac in the screening role or he was going to put Pat Bev in the screening role and get the switch and take a one-on-one, right?
Mel, could I say this one thing? You might agree with me.
From the
Because I think
I'm going there.
No, wait. But Mel, I think you're going to agree on something. Would you trade CJ McCollum, even though he probably wouldn't fit, but he probably could since he can catch and shoot, for Kristaps Porzingis?
No. That's Nurkic
Tim
all over.
Hardaway
That
Jr.
dude can't stay healthy either.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
He can't, but you're not getting away Nurkic, though. You're not
But I'm
giving away
saying
Nurkic.
Nurkic and Porzingis is the same cat.
Right,
They both can't stay healthy.
But if we doing mathematics, if you got Kristaps for 50% of the games and you got Nurkic for 50% of the game, you got them if they hurt. Yeah, you got them.
Okay, but Cass, I'm gonna ask you this: what's the difference with Porzingis playing besides Dame than it is with Luka? He's playing with 2 scorers and he still can't get his shot.
But this is the thing: Porzingis can create a shot. Nurkic can't. He cannot create his own shot. Nurkic,
No. I'm saying my question as in what would Portland gain from trading and getting Porzingis and putting him in the same situation as putting him next to Dame when he's already in Dallas and he's next to another scorer and he still can't get buckets. Porzingis, I don't know. Porzingis is only in the league because he's 7 foot.
No way.
But Porzingis is good. All right, I told this to the panel before. I've had season tickets to the Pelicans for 2 years in a row. Porzingis in real life is my eyes on best player I've seen physically of how he plays. This is the difference. Luka runs off that high pick and roll, as Melvin always call it. Dame doesn't run off of the high pick and roll. Dame could actually look at the court. Luka don't look at the court like Dame does. So that's why I think it's 2 different offenses. And if you can look at how Porzingis was utilized in New York, that's more so how Portland operates. So I think Porzingis would be a better fit with Dame. And then on top of that, you can also get who y'all was saying from the Brooklyn, Mel?
Dinwiddie.
You get Dinwiddie. You trade CJ because with CJ, you're not going anywhere. So you get Dinwiddie to replace CJ's production, and then you get another 5 that's going to play the other 41 games that Nurkic is not there. So that's what I think he would have a better go around because of, for one, I also think there's beef between Luka and and Porzingis. So
okay, let me get this for Josh. Yeah, the score is 55-54 Mavs right now.
58-54.
All right, and Kawhi is playing good basketball. He got 18 right now, but it don't look like nobody's locking Luka. He got 15, but he's over 3 from behind the arc, and he's a -1 so far in the game. Boban is a +7 though.
Yes.
But
Boban heating them cats up right now.
But hey, look, I agree with you, Kaz, on that. Porzingis is an upgrade. First of all, Porzingis is an all-star, but he just can't be an all-star playing with Luka. I'm telling you, when you give the ball to your best player and say, I want you to take all the shots and get all the assists, what is it like? Listen, Lamar, what is the number 1 and number 2 thing you can do on offense? Either shoot or pass, right?
Yeah, the only 2 things you can do.
Well, you can rebound too, right? So, or you can rebound and set screens. Look,
you remind me of Jordan is better than him on offense.
wait. No, but look, hold on. Let me say this. So, shoot, pass, rebound, set screens, right? Well, Dallas have made the decision that we want Luka to shoot most of the shots, and we want him to get most of the assists. What is it left to do on the court?
Shit,
rebound
in.
Okay, so when you look at the players that play like that, when Westbrook was in OKC by himself, he played like that. When LeBron was in Cleveland by himself, he played like that. Luka plays like that right now, and when Harden was in Houston, he played like that. I want you to ask me, out of those 4 guys I named, their second star, are they always inconsistent and they always look like they underachieve?
Yeah, that's fair. No, I can't disagree with that.
Except for Chris Paul.
Yeah, because he's an all-time great. Look,
right. I was
like
just saying,
Wade, right. Like Wade, Chris Paul, Kyrie Irving, they had to be all-time unreal great scorers. They can say, I can adjust to this to play with LeBron, Harden, or whoever. It's hard to do. It's very hard to be a guy because Slim.
Kawhi look like he might be hurt, bro.
For real.
Kawhi been hurt.
He limping. He limping. Yeah, it's his knee.
How much Luka?
Hey, Slim, how important was rhythm when you was playing?
Let's see. I put rhythm up there with.
Very important. I'm gonna say that. Very.
I'm trying to pick one and one. It was
right.
Ultimately important. Like
right.
Don't pass me the ball if I'm open. You better pass me when I'm open while I wanted it. Or I'll never pass to you again. So if I hit shit, I got kicked off the team in Mississippi because the dude took me out. I hit 5 in the second half because I shot 1 from 40.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the rhythm though. Rhythm was highly important because shit, I can't, man. It's like music, piano to music. What I was thinking, like it's a beat,
right?
Just as important as the beat is to the song. That's how important rhythm was to me. I was kind of third.
Now, who do you think on Dallas's team is in more rhythm than Luka?
Tim Hardaway.
He was the other night. He was in game. He was in game 4.
Wait, you said more? You said more
right.
than Luka?
Like nobody. Right. So Luka is out there and they're saying, Luka, you could do whatever you want to do on this court. Like everything that's in your arsenal, everything you've practiced since you was 5, you can do.
I'm glad
and then you tell Porzingis that the only thing you can do is catch and shoot. Hey, Tim Hardaway, the only thing you can do is catch and shoot. Porzingis, the only thing you can do is catch and shoot. Like Porzingis is out there.
Finley though.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. was Dennis Schroeder. The Lakers are winning.
Damn it! I hate to keep telling when Mel's right, because just looking at this game, that's all that Luka's been doing is because you see that
he's not right.
Well, no, because the lane's wide open. The lane is completely wide open. Everybody's lining up to catch and shoot. Tim Hardaway just hit a 3,
right?
Doing the same thing.
He's right, but he's wrong. He's right, but he's wrong.
The
this ain't gonna win the championship, but it's gonna beat the shit out of the Clippers.
Yeah, the Clippers can't stop it.
Why
so
change it when it's working?
Against the Clippers. It's not going to work against the Suns. That's not going to work against the Suns.
It's not. But I'm playing the Clippers
you got people that's quick laterally. So you're supposed to have two of the best perimeter defenders in Paul George and Leonard, but they can't
stop it. Why?
Well, because they switching the screens. The games that they run, they stop switching screens. But then when they put Boban in,
and they got no answer for Boban.
Right. When they switched the screen, look, when Boban got in there, they couldn't do it.
Luka still got the ball for 17 seconds.
Hey, it's the Clippers' own fault if they can't figure it out. It's their own fault if they can't figure it out.
Yo, but this is why. But this is why I think you can get Porzingis for McCollum, because right now Porzingis is not featured up in their offense. So I think you can do a heads up trade. Porzingis is out of there.
This the thing. Porzingis is doing the exact same thing that Maxi Kleber is doing, sitting at the 3-point line shooting threes.
Nothing.
Doing the exact same thing.
Having to bleed.
But the only problem is Dallas is paying him a whole bunch of money just to sit up there at the 3-point line.
Yeah, and I think they end up keeping him because I think Luka really likes him. So they're keeping him.
It's been said that they haven't beef.
Just to get out the way.
It's been said that they haven't beef though.
Who said that? For real?
Yes, it's been said that they had work.
We got beige on beige.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
That's why I think that Porzingis is out of there, because they said that in the locker rooms and stuff like that has been.
Well, I that was a good point you brought up, Kaz. I didn't never even think about that. Porzingis might be a good fit in Portland if he stays healthy, and he might be able to play a little bit more of how he played in New York and get some post ups. Because with Carmelo, the way the game has changed, they just wanted Carmelo to shoot threes when he was in OKC and when he was in Houston. But when he got to Portland, they was like, "Hey, we're gonna give you some post ups too, man. You mellow, you mid range mellow. Why I'm not gonna give you no post ups?"
They gave him his due of being mellow.
Right.
I do think they gave him his you still mellow.
Yep.
So I don't think Porzingis get that kind of.
Oh, this game over, bro. I'm calling it.
Yeah, man.
It's third quarter.
They up what? They up 7.
Boban is a 5 that can play in that offense that they run. Porzingis is not.
But wait, hey, Kaz, let me ask you something. We were talking about McCollum, right? You remember in that series with the Pelicans when the Pelicans swept?
Yeah.
Who of them guards went off? Didn't they?
Who were the guards for the Pelicans?
Go no, for Portland. Like they had one. I think they shut
It was both of them.
Lillard.
It was CJ and it was CJ and.
But Dame wasn't going off as much, because I remember it was somebody that was like Dame time, and it was like that little dude with the face like Dame was not. Yeah, Dame was not going off. Dame was not going off when the Pelicans
it wasn't Napier, was it?
So
Shabazz Napier.
It probably, I think,
it was McCollum or Dame.
It wasn't Dame.
One of those they just took out the game, bro. Like
they Drew took him out the game. They put Drew 1-on-1 with Dame, and he was out of the game.
So now that you say that, makes my whole next point obsolete. So continue, because I thought it was McCollum that they took out, and Dame still did. I couldn't remember.
Drew was like, I'm manning up 1-on-1 with Dame. So
that's when I gotta do.
And that's that. And see, it's matchup things, because if you follow Drew Holiday, he's a good defender when it's a person his height. When he has to guard a LeBron James, what he did when they played him, he just kept backing him down, playing bully ball.
We shouldn't have to guard LeBron James.
Yeah, and look at when they played Golden State. He guarded KD. Man, he couldn't stop KD.
Goddamn. Wait, who was he guarding when the?
When the Pelicans played Golden State, he guarded out, and I was like, why didn't AD guard him the entire series?
That year before KD got down to the Warriors.
We didn't
hit that 3. I think it was a sweep. I went to that first game and got beat up by the police when you talk about that. The first game.
Oh man, they just fired Stouts from Portland.
Oh wow.
Guess who next?
Someone said that fire their coach and run it back.
Hey,
oh no, they was talking
you don't
about
even need to play the receipt. Somebody said that this episode.
Yeah. And the next thing that need to happen, the next thing, I think I put it in the group chat. I said fire the coach.
Yeah.
And CJ has to go for it, and they need to get a bigger wing to help Dame out, and then they need to bring in some dogs on defense, like Milwaukee did, and then they can run it back.
What y'all think about Chris Middleton, bro?
I like him.
I like him. Not defensively. I think
not for Portland, just in general.
I like him.
At first, I had him.
You know,
right here.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who that?
Steve Smith.
Yo, he was nice, bro.
He reminds me of Steve Smith. The only difference is Steve Smith, before he had the injuries, was more mobile, because in Miami, Steve Smith was running the point. I'm gonna tell you how I like
receiver.
I'm gonna tell you how much. Tell me if you remember this, Slim. I love this lineup so much in Miami. I loved it because all of them in that lineup. No, all of them was 6. Look, all of them was 6'6" and above. They had Steve Smith at the point guard. They had Brian Shaw at the 2, and Glenn Rice at the 3. I love that lineup,
First
man.
of all, give me Glenn Rice over any play any day, because hey, I'm coming out here number 41. 4 minus 1 is what? 3.
Yeah.
I'm shooting.
And look, and they both all three of them can shoot that thing. And then they had Billy Owens coming off the bench. I think they had Tom Gugliotta.
Not Gugliotta.
But not
Gugliotta.
Gugliotta was nice though. With Gugliotta was all right.
He was all right. I liked him. He played in Minnesota.
He played with Garnett when he was going out.
Yep.
Garnett was coming in.
Yep.
Oh shit! Where was Dan Marley in that Miami team? Was he on that one? Because I know he was in Miami.
I don't think he was there yet. He might have still been in Phoenix. Hold on, let me look it up. Let me look the rest up.
He wasn't going nowhere cool.
But that squad, but that's when Steve Smith. That was before his injury. That's when he had some mobility. But Shaw was still kind of young, so
Brian Shaw, he was over there, right?
Yeah, Brian Shaw, Glenn Rice, Steve Smith, and then when Steve Smith got to Atlanta, he couldn't play point no more. He was kind of stiff.
I don't remember Vashawn
Leonard. Yeah, I remember him. Vashawn Leonard played with Tim Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, Lonzo Ball, and PJ Brown. PJ Brown, Zoe, Tim Hardaway. That squad
Brown from Louisiana.
My dog recruited me.
Listen,
I turned that scholarship down. I
went to college with his niece.
Yeah, but look, Slim, look at that squad though. MJ had to go through that squad in the East.
Bro, that people look. I had a partner here one time. He actually just texted me. He who I was talking, we're going to watch the fight at Cash. He about 30, right? Thinks LeBron is the greatest player to walk the floor.
Okay.
So during the first stage of the pandemic, he would come to the crib. I would on purpose throw 90s basketball on him. Because he used to talk about them like they was just, that motherfuckers just went do this, that. He ain't even understand how high Sean Kemp jumped. He ain't understand how good Reggie Miller was. He ain't understand the importance of things. I'm in your teaching, bro. Like that would have been a nice little show. I'm in your teaching and he trashing him until he got stuck in the pandemic as well, like all of us. And then that YouTube.
Yeah. Wait.
Algorithms.
Wait. We let you tell that story and it ain't had no punchline?
No,
I ain't had none.
I thought Slim Street had calls.
That
one was a real.
Are you wait? Are you done?
The ordinary stuff does happen in my life sometimes.
Lamar.
My life ain't always wild. It's ordinary sometimes, bro.
Did you hear that? Does this put an end to the Jordan LeBron GOAT debate? The Jordan LeBron GOAT debate ended.
Been over 6 years ago.
It ended before he got to Miami.
Hey, them LeBron fans ain't gonna never let that debate down. They ain't gonna let it die.
They ain't got no choice. It's done. It's
Look.
done. He's not a better player than MJ. Like he can't change his play style.
No, Mel, go over it. What Jordan is better than LeBron at?
Michael Jordan is a better offensive player than LeBron and a better defensive player than LeBron. That's the whole game.
That's the whole game. You play offense, you play defense. Ain't no special teams, ain't no NFL.
Hey, now
offense and defense.
One day, we ain't gonna do it now. LeBron is better than Jordan off the court.
Hey, look, I know the GOAT debate is so subjective, but me personally, I would go MJ 1, I would go Kobe 2, and then I go Bron.
I put
that's just me.
Too, man.
Number before LeBron.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kaz. I'm going Kareem number 2. I'm going Kareem number 2. I'm going Kareem 2. I'm going Kobe 3.
Wait, hold up. Was y'all
Bro,
black folks even old enough to watch Kareem? I know you probably is.
Man, ESPN Classic, man. I watch ESPN Classic all the time.
Yeah.
Kareem is the only.
You still do what you was doing.
Look, Kareem is the only player that I can put in the top 5 that I didn't live through his career because his resume is so overwhelmingly great.
You see how many women Wilt Chamberlain?
I'm talking about 3 or 4 championships in high school.
See how many women Wilt Chamberlain slept with?
3 championships in college, and he would have got 4 if they would have let freshmen play. Yep. And then he come and get 6 in the league, and he's the number 1 all time in scoring, and he is a block. Like it's just too much.
Will Chamberlain is number 1 in scoring.
Mel, I need to address this point since we're live.
Will Chamberlain.
What do people mean by skill? You remember you had that post up on Facebook, and they had like Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, and it was like these are the top 4 more skilled scorers. What is your classification of skill? Like, because my definition of skill is you passing him the ball and him being able to create his shot and you're not stopping him. Because a lot of people get plethora or different variants of how you can score.
Yeah, that's my definition of skill. Most skill. Like I could score if you take this away. Yeah, if you take my left hand away, I could hit you with my right. If you take both hands away,
Kareem could shoot with both of his hands. And then he had a sky
shooting with his penis.
Yeah, but Kareem had a sky hook, and no one could stop it.
No one could block it.
So when you're talking about skill, he shot with his left and he shot with his right.
But wait a minute. Wait, Cash. This is why I stopped it. Well, it's not his fault. It's not your fault because you're right, but nobody could stop his sky hook. There's a game where Kevin Durant was off and he had to find another way to score. He could find a plethora. Who's to say if he had a Wilt Chamberlain time 2 guarding Kareem and he took away the sky hook? How else could Kareem score? We don't know.
But they played against each other when Kareem was with Milwaukee.
That's why I say time 2. Yeah, that's why I say time 2. Just to put 7-1 on top of 7-1 and it's women to stop that sky hook. I can't say this because I never seen Bill Russell. Homeboy play live. Did he did, he had one move. You kind of more skilled because they couldn't stop that one move.
Right.
So now I gotta walk this back. Because if I had one move and you can't stop my one move, well, see, you say skill, bro. That's
you perfect. So that's the thing. You perfected that skill. You perfected the skill of how you're creating a bucket.
Unfortunately, he's
at
his own thing. We never seen him do nothing else because he didn't have to.
Right. So that's his skill.
But that's
what I'm saying. Like
that's dominance.
That is a part of dominance. But why are you dominant? Because you perfected that skill of scoring.
But you're not the most skilled.
You're not. You don't have the variations of scoring because you don't need it.
Well, that's not my fault that I see Jordan.
But that's also right. But
KD go through 3 different levels of scoring the ball.
Yeah, but that's also not his fault that no one could stop it.
Not at all.
Everybody
else.
Dominant. Right. But I wouldn't want to say it's dominant because he's not using physical force. When I think about dominant, I think about just hear me out.
Yeah, I agree with you.
When I think about dominant, I think about individuals like Shaq or Wilt, just out muscling individuals. But I can see when you're saying that he's dominant, but at the same time, that was the skill. The people can still do the style. There's no one has perfected it yet.
I never
is it my go yet?
Oh, go.
We forgot you was on it.
No.
So look,
your camera cut out, Domel. Your camera.
No, I know. My signal was jumpy. Now I was listening. I'm just so the question is, what is considered skill? That was your question, Cass?
Correct. Yeah. How do you like? What is your definition of skill?
Okay, so skill. So what you're saying is he had a jump hook, and that was very skilled. What other skills that he had? I think he was a good passer. I think he was a good shot blocker. All those are skills. Dribbling skills, your shooting form, your shooting mechanic, how well you shoot.
With both hands, though, Mel. He was able to shoot with both hands.
Wait. I'm getting there. Shooting with both hands. Okay, great. Right. That's another skill, right? I go back to this analogy I gave a while back. If we look at basketball, like martial arts, look at how they attain black belt, green belt, and they keep going up. You have to keep accumulating more skills, and you have to show proficiency in that skill. You know, can you break a board? Can you break 2 boards? Can you break 3 boards? Can you do this? Once you get mastered jiu-jitsu, then you can get another belt, like all this stuff. So if we looked at basketball, like you elevate to a different skill, right? That is what skills is. Now, can Kareem and this is the disadvantage that big men have, is that either we don't get to see all of their skill because they play down low, and the point guard and the wing guy that handles the ball, we get to see all of their skills. So I know Michael Jordan can handle the ball well enough. I know he got that skill. I know his shooting mechanics is great. I seen him shoot all over the floor. I know his free throws are good. I know his defensive skill is good. And he is just as dominant in the post as Kareem is. So Michael Jordan has a whole nother skill set on the perimeter that Kareem has never showed proficiency in.
Well,
Mel, but didn't you say Kareem?
Just because that's kind of what I was trying to see with it. Because if you ain't got to change,
come here.
Why change? That's what you're saying, but Luka.
Two
right?
things.
Like you can run a high screen.
Two things, Malay. You're gonna stop this shit now. What is this up on this toilet paper? What is this on this toilet?
Oh, I thought you was fussing.
Go ahead.
But I see what he's saying about Kareem. But to me, skill, if I can drive fast, I can drive fast. I don't mean I can drive. But if we always on what they call them races where we go just straight forward.
Speedway, I don't know, drag race.
Yeah, like who's to say I can run a marathon? Or you know what I'm saying? Like I can't call him skilled. It's not his fault. I didn't see it.
He is skilled. He's a skilled big man, but is he a skilled? He's not the most skilled basketball player just by way of guards having to perfect other skills that big men didn't have to perfect.
I think if you really you ain't got to do shit, you show you could do it. Like when Jordan went up there, he ain't had to do that switch like that.
Right.
But he did it.
Right.
All he had to do was don't be like, nah, I'm gonna show you bitches. He said he thought the dude was gonna jump. He wasn't.
Just like when Kobe used to shoot left-hand jump shots in the paint, and just like Kyrie Irving shoot left-hand runners. Kyrie Irving, he every move Kyrie can do with his right hand, he can do with his left hand. Kyrie might be one of the most skilled players in the league. I think Kobe was one of the most skilled players in the league. I think KD is up there. And as far as superstar, I think Harden is there. As far as superstars, the most skilled players in the league are
on the same team.
Kyrie, KD, James Harden, Steph Curry. I throw Luka in there as well.
Right.
He's very
that dude
skilled.
My respect for me every goddamn time. I had him down here. He's growing.
Which is another thing we got to talk about. Which well, let me answer these questions in the chat, and then we'll move on to what was about. Lamar, you had something to say about the skill thing?
Look, Kareem, I'm with you on this point, Mel, because you're right. When you are at a certain position, some of your skills that you have won't be, come out to the forefront because of your position. And when he's asked to be a big man, he's asked to be a big man. He's not asked to run point guard. He's not asked to run, and not saying that, whether Kareem could or couldn't. I didn't watch this game. I'm not old enough. So, I didn't watch the ESPN Classics, but I hear of how great Kareem is. I only went my list of MJ, Kobe, and LeBron because those are cats I've seen. But look, skills. I mean, look, either you got it or you don't. And then you either got to be proficient at it at your position or you're not. That's how you last. If you don't harpen your skills, you sit the pine. You don't harpen them and get better, you have to leave. So look, skills are important.
Yeah.
Throw a dog off.
Yeah. Say again.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom was skilled. He was skilled, but
one of the most skilled people I've seen.
He was skilled with that book.
And he did crack with all that.
I'm not about to go there. I ain't about to go there, man. Y'all leave that man alone, yo.
It's public.
You go there with Julius Erving all the time.
Michael Irvin.
No, you're right. Julius Erving was a drunk. Still is.
No. Why you say Michael Irvin got hurt? Because of what else?
hey, look. So wait. So Jason said, do y'all think that LeBron is showing his age, or is he still recovering from his ankle injury? Right. Wait, before you answer that, look at this response from Josh. He said, wait. That's not the one I was looking for. He said, dang, where is it at?
Look, I ain't even see it, but I know LeBron been milking the shit out of that damn ankle injury to using it as an excuse.
Yeah, probably so.
I was cool with him using it as an excuse because that was a quick off season.
Well, Josh, here you go right here. Josh said it's age, but it's also lack of skill.
Right, and Mel, who's the one dude that I said I was taking?
Oh, that's why you was looking for that quote. You wanted to validate some more of that shit.
I took out LeBron because of that.
Hold on, but Cash, the reason why you put Bill Russell in,
I didn't put Bill Russell. I put
not Bill Russell, Kareem. It's the same.
Hey, go ahead.
Be in.
Hey, go ahead, caller. I got another call. Who this?
Couldn't stop for 19 years.
Who this? Oh, this Jay.
Coach Jay.
Oh, what's on, Coach Johnson? What's going on? All right, Coach Johnson. I know this is gonna be good. What's up? I thought I had your number saved in here. Go ahead, Coach.
That's not my number. I'm calling from another number.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was calling about the Kareem thing.
What we get wrong?
You played against him.
Nothing. Everybody had good points, but the one thing you had to understand back in the days, if it wasn't for efficient point guards or people to get the ball up court, the big men wasn't getting balls.
Right.
Somebody had to make an entry pass and make sure they got it in the correct position. They like to have it in their comfort zone.
Right.
So that was the thing about the game now. The big men now, they bring the ball up court. They can make their own play. They can create their own shot.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between today's game. All the 5 out that you see, wasn't seeing that back in the days.
Right.
Big men would run the floor, get under the basket, and pick what side they're going to get the ball. And you had to get it where they was best comfort with the score. And that's the difference of the game today.
That's true. You know, that's a good point. And I had, I had to learn that because I played point guard, but I don't remember making a lot of entry passes, man. It was just
No,
hey, I'm 39, man. It was all about me getting to the hole, man. I was trying to, because I was watching people like Rod Strickland. That he was like a scoring point guard, man. So that was like my.
I'm
that was my
brought
thing.
That put me back up. I want to say one day we gotta have that show.
Which one?
The throwback.
What throwback?
Names that people miss, like
Rod Strickland. Oh yeah, that's my that was my dude though. But so
shooters, Hersey Hawkins.
Oh yeah. So Coach Johnson,
Yes,
who's the most skilled player you've seen in the NBA? And then who's the most skilled now?
Who's the most skilled now?
Yeah.
Oh man. So Giannis can do things. I like the big man in Denver. Now
he's skilled.
He's got the package.
Yeah.
I mean, he can bring it up court. He can shoot it. He can dribble. He can pass. Got a great vision, open court. I mean, they had that kind of size.
We can't forget about Tim Duncan, man. His name was the big fundamental.
No, I like to say it today.
Oh well, yeah. Today and
Tracy McGrady.
Tim Duncan is the big fundamentals.
Right.
Probably the most fundamental player to play the game. Who started playing basketball at 14.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
And when you don't have the crazy athleticism, you have to rely on having a high skill set to be dominant. And I think it's the total opposite for LeBron. He was such a freak athlete that he had to actually work on getting more skilled at other areas. And some areas he's still not skilled as far as shooting. Like his shooting mechanics is like the worst. And it's not because his shoulders or his size, because Karl Malone had the same body that LeBron had, and he still had a soft touch and can shoot free throws in mid range.
So
LeBron just don't have that. He don't have that skill set.
And I'm gonna tell you something. And I think a lot of people may say you're crazy, but I understand he got paid a lot of money to come out of high school. But LeBron could have used some more fundamental development going to college. I think it would have helped him out a lot. But everybody want to know, well, what makes Mike different? Well, he went to Carolina for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he got some development, big time.
Yeah.
And not only did he get that development, he got that mental man development. Walking the camp.
He ain't got that humble.
Right. And you play with a guy like Dave Smith. He got humbled as a freshman. I got to carry the projection. LeBron came in being a man. I ain't asking nobody.
LeBron came in and they fired Paul Silas for him. They got rid of Carlos Boozer for him. They got rid of Darius Miles. They got rid of Ricky Davis. Michael Jordan had to go to Carolina and look at James Worthy and say, hey, that's the man that's getting all the shots. Sam Perkins getting the shot. Right. And Michael Jordan had to play in a system and play for a coach that
Michael Jordan didn't start.
Right.
About almost halfway the season because Buzz Peterson was starting.
Right.
Michael Jordan got cut 9th grade. This is not LeBron's fault.
What? No, I'm not saying no, but that's a totally different topic. I'm not even talking about. We're talking about what Jordan's mentality was shaped by going to Carolina for 2 years and how that helped him. For him to play behind James Worthy was a humbling experience, and he had to learn how to play within a system and get his shots. Like it's almost like he was getting crumbs and James Worthy was getting the big piece of chicken.
Like I was telling people, Bobby Brown could have used 2 or 3 years of college.
But that's why
you're 17 years old.
Yeah,
going into a man's game.
Right.
Ain't no. Hey, let me tell you something. Everybody talking about, oh man, they did it to him at 17. It was you're a 17-year-old man, and you asking a grown man been playing 7, 8, 9 years to lose his job to a 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got to feed my family. I got to pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get treated like a dog, like a grown man.
Yeah.
Coming to a grown man's league.
Yep.
Trying to take my job.
Yep.
That ain't going to happen. You're going to catch the wrath.
Yep.
That's what happened. At 17.
Gotta look at it.
At 17, you're going in trying to take a grown man's job. It's been there 8, 9, 10 years.
Mm-hmm. And that was some dudes at his
Brandon,
position
right?
that was there. That was Eton Thomas. Right. I think Brandon Haywood was there. You know, they had some big dudes that was like, hey man, you ain't getting on this court, little high schooler. You know, they didn't make it easy for him.
But man, I gotta
But
look
it
at
didn't make
the
it
other
easy
side.
for him. And you gotta understand, when you go in the wolves like that, you're gonna catch it. I think if he wasn't that much developed, or what they say, he should have went to school. Then he would have been better prepared to deal with that real man's world.
Maybe.
I'm gonna tell you right now, at 17, if you would have stuck me in professional baseball, it'd have been rough.
What was your upbringing? Did you need the money or you didn't?
But you know, that's all I was saying. That the development is everything.
I agree.
Especially the mental development. That's the biggest part of it. Because if you can't take it from there, I don't care how good skill wise you are. If somebody can break you down mentally, you're gonna get destroyed every time.
Let me ask you this though: if LeBron did go to college and having to play against 2-3 zones, 3-2 zones, and all that stuff, do you think he would have developed a mid-range jump shot like Michael Jordan did?
He would have had to.
Yeah,
he would have had to.
Kobe did.
Plus, you know, you become a better student of the game when you see that kind of stuff.
Right.
And when he got in the NBA, he'd have been ready for it a lot quicker. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. He would have had a post move coming out of college.
Yeah.
He had no post move coming in the NBA.
You know his body type reminds me of Len Bias. And I think Len Bias had a mid range and he had some low post skills as well.
I agree with you.
But we got to stop this.
What's
Are
up?
we looking at the other side of the coin?
What side? What's the other side?
Can we say that Kobe have to try as hard as LeBron to make money when he was already wealthy?
Hold on, say it again.
So Kobe Bryant came from a wealthy family, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say wealthy, but well off. LeBron came from where? Projects.
Okay.
Trust me, getting back to the core.
Correct.
The dog should be in who? If you had to look at
it should be in LeBron.
It should be in LeBron. He's coming from nothing. Kobe ain't had to be this good. He ain't had to develop this jump shot. He fails, he still has money. Why Kobe developed all this and LeBron did?
But you know why? You know what the difference was? Kobe told you why. Who did he look at every night and want to be like?
But they had cable.
Want to be like Jordan.
He made it clear. I'm stealing everything this man doing and how he's doing it.
Yeah.
If you look at him, you would close your eyes.
LeBron had the same TV.
But it wasn't his game.
So
he didn't idolize Jordan.
He said he did.
He said he did.
He said he did, but you know what? He can't do nothing like that.
So let me take a stab at Slim.
He got given everything. He wouldn't have had the same mentality. He could have went to college. They gave him everything. He got a home, $90 million, whatever. He would have been the same player because guess what? He was that good in his first 4 years in the NBA. What you think would have did in college? The same shit with four national titles if he played.
I think what college would have done for LeBron would have broadened his mental perspective of how to deal with things in life.
But the NBA didn't.
Sometimes LeBron, you know who LeBron's biggest enemy is? Himself.
Yeah, he got his own head.
I'm giving an example. Now, at the end of the year when they won that championship last year, and he made a statement like, give me my damn respect.
Right.
And we're going like, dude, as great as you are and who you are, who don't respect you?
Right.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to say nothing. Just play and be who you are. Then he said, get the Lakers they damn respect. And I'm going, as long as I've been living, and I'm 61, I don't know who the hell disrespects a lot of the Lakers basketball organization.
Thank you, Josh.
As great as that organization is with the Buss family.
You know what that sound like though, Coach?
If the Lakers go for this, that organization would be one of the most respected organizations on the planet.
Yeah, but this is what I think that comes from with LeBron. He did grow up with a single just a single mother, no father, right? So already psychologically that does something to a kid where they feel like their dad didn't want him. So he had some inadequacies with him, and he probably needed basketball probably validated him. So he you know, subconsciously he probably don't know that this is what he's doing. He's looking for the validation even as a grown man who's one of the best basketball players that we've ever seen. He's still looking for validation because this was something that was instilled in him as a kid because he wasn't getting validation and he wasn't adequate. His mom was inadequate. So all of those things go into his psyche and he's always seeking validation. He don't know that's what he's doing, but like when people say he's not the GOAT, it bothers him. When people start talking about other players that's great in his era, it bothers him. Right. So
he cares what people say about him.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this. Why does it bother Mike?
It does. It does bother Mike. Mike got that same. All the great players feel inadequate and try to be validated, and that's why they're so good. Michael Jordan is still pissed. He's still pissed about getting cut in high school. He bought his coach and the player that was picked over him to his Hall of Fame speech.
Hall of Fame.
Right. That is some soft stuff right there. But we all suffer from it. We all suffer. Coach, I quit your team several times because I didn't feel validated. You didn't know that's why I was quitting. But every time I felt like
this your coach.
Yeah, this is my high school coach. Every time I quit, you did something that made me feel like you wasn't appreciating me. I was pissed off. Like me getting in trouble, going to ISS, and you saying I can't dress for the game. And then the first week that I finally got through the week without going to ISS, I still couldn't dress for the game. That pissed me off.
Hey, Coach.
Now you have found out later in life that your coach has a boss too.
Yeah. We talked about it.
That's why I want to ask Coach a question off that. What he just said.
Now I was on your side, but when I got my superior saying, I'm the JV coach. I got a head varsity coach and an AD.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying until he can grades and improve, he can do this. This ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Coach.
And I'm fighting. At the same time, I'm trying to get you to understand. And you know, eventually, I think I would have won, but my time ran out.
Yeah.
Coach, can I ask
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Besides the grades, and not specifically talking about Mel, but if you got a player that's got the GPA, he's your best or second best player on the team, and he doing things off the field, off the court that requires punishment. Why is it that most coaches don't punish them away from the court? So I say that to where he'll bench a player for a half instead of making him run extra. What is the benefit in benching him in a game opposed to having him do something off the court when it was an off the court issue?
Well, you got to understand the era. Things are kind of different now. Kids now, coaches are more lenient now than back. When we was coming up, we had a head coach and an AD. But they were no nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They'll tell you.
Yep.
No nonsense. I mean, these cats, you had to walk a chalk line straighter in the damn line up and down. You know what the midpoint is, right, on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm.
That line had to be straighter than that.
Man, look, the reason why I feel you, I had the same high school coach my dad had. I had the same high school coach.
Yeah, this is how deep this teacher was. You had to have haircuts.
Sure,
you had to wear your clothes a certain way. If you didn't have, we'd get you clothes.
Yeah.
When we went on the road, if you didn't, I've seen kids get put off the bus, sit home because they didn't have a tie on. Am I right, man?
Yeah. Are they still doing? Are they still doing that? You gotta wear hard bottoms and a tie. Well, yeah, we do. We had to do that in middle school, Slim. In middle school, we had to wear hard bottoms and a tie to away games.
We ran killers in that same uniform because we talked on the way home from a loss. I knew exactly what you said. We had to go back to that gym, and that man said that, let us back there and clown. We got back home, everybody on the line, like everybody taking the clothes off. Nah, y'all running them penny loafers and them damn. So yeah, I know exactly. Shout out to Errol Manuel. I know exactly what I think.
I will tell you what I started doing. I went purposely got about 6 ties in case one did it because I wanted to win. Yeah, I wanted to play that, so I went and bought some ties.
Bro.
And if they didn't have a tie, I'm like, here you go. I don't care if it didn't match your neck. You just had to have a tie.
Hey, let me say this one thing, Coach, before we end, because we got to end the show soon. But Slim, this is the funny thing. Since y'all looking for stuff to pick on me about, I go ahead and be transparent with this, right? So I played for Coach Johnson for 2 years, and I probably was one of the best practice players he had because I never could get in the game because of my grades. I think I want to say I played maybe I can remember maybe 3 games that I could actually play, and one of the games was a real bad game that we played against Mount Tabor because they had a full court press where they was trapping at half court, and I was still trying to dribble through the press at that time. I think I was in 9th grade that year, and then
9th grade.
And then I think and I was real frustrated that game. And then another game I actually got in. It was a Christmas tournament that we went to, and I wasn't supposed to play, but I dressed and I was on the bench, and I think you felt real good because we was winning the game, and you was like, let me go ahead and put Mel in. And I came in, and I think I played really good that game. And then as soon as the next week came out before Christmas, the report cards came out, and I had 2 L's, and I was off the squad.
Yeah, but check this out though. I wasn't supposed to play when that Christmas tournament.
Hey,
oh, you remember that? You remember that?
I remember, and I said, "Well, Pete's gonna be somewhere else because where were they? He's gonna be out of town." I said, "Bell, come on, let's go. You dress." They found out I played. And I was like, "Boy," because what they were saying, you're gonna wait till his grades come out, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm a player.
Why y'all wasn't telling me this stuff? If y'all would have been talking to me and telling me this stuff, because remember, I'm from a single parent home. Like my mom never came to none of my games and none of that stuff, right? So I needed, at that time back then, I needed validation. I wasn't getting it from no man. Right? My dad was dead. He died when I was 8. I wasn't getting validation from no man. So if the only person that was talking to me was Coach Mo. And I don't know if Coach Mo was your best friend or not, but Coach Mo, like
that was my brother.
Okay.
You know, Coach Mo passed.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Yeah, but yeah, Coach Mo loved me. I think he loved JoJo too.
Yeah, you was his man.
Yeah, so he when you would give me the tough love, Coach Mo would pull me to the side and tell me like the stuff that I needed to hear. Y'all never was doing it though. Y'all was trying to be too tough with me, and I didn't need that.
They did.
You think so?
Shit, sound like they should have been.
But you know what, man?
Yeah.
Like you told me that tough love made you the man you are today.
It did. It did.
You said you didn't see it till you got there. You were like, okay,
right.
This is what this man was trying to teach.
It did, but it took my basketball career away.
Hey, this sounds like the quote that goes. This sounds like the quote that goes a long time.
Your thing was keeping you out of chill out.
Yep.
I said.
Yep. I used to go every day.
Was the challenge.
Yeah. You're early, you're on time.
But I still say this day that he was one of the most talented guards to come through school.
Oh no, I saw it.
Hey, don't pump up that man's ego right now.
Go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
Have coach call in. No, we ain't hear that.
We was about to take up the whole screen in his head, about to blow up.
Go ahead, coach. Give it to him. Give it to him.
No, I'm being truthful.
Take it back, coach. Take it back.
Well, lie, coach. Lie.
I'm gonna be real with you. I wanted him to be our guard from day one. But Mel just had all that other stuff going on.
Coach, just answer me this question.
And I was fighting it, man. I'm trying to get it, man. I'm like, man, you got to get this thing right, man. Because my man, them up there, like, they want me to cut you. But I was fighting for him. But
can he shoot?
Yes, he could play.
No.
Just an update. The Clippers up by 8 points.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, he said he got that Kyrie game.
Can he shoot? Because I got a belt. I got a bet
I love
that
you,
I ain't
but
made
you
with him
posting
yet.
up your man's hand right now.
I mean, you know, he had the ball, he had the handles. You know, he dribbled through it. But you know, my thing was he just basketball.
And Kawhi cooking, bro.
But he Melvin can play.
Kawhi cooking right now, yo.
He could play, but we just, you know, we go way back.
Yeah, we do.
And you guys do a great job to show. I like listening to you.
Man, we like when you call too, man. Hey, we got the last topic. I'm gonna let you start this off, man. What is it, or what's the future for LA now? Do you think that the Lakers or LeBron can really rely on AD with his injury issues?
This is the one thing I'm kind of wondering what's going on in LA is everybody has these guys, strength and conditioning coaches. What's going on in LA, or who is his trainer? Because it's obvious that whoever's been working with him, he ain't very strong. And the thing with him is, no AD, they in trouble. Because I still say to this day, he should have been MVP last year in the bubble.
Yeah, he played good. He played good. So look, Slim, and I don't, I know.
Slim, you a ball player, right?
Yeah.
How was your strength and conditioning coach?
We used to call him Dr. Killer. That's not, we
Very
talking
important
college or high
personality.
school. Talking college or high school.
Either one.
In college, we called him Dr. Killer. Now in high school, they said if we don't play football, we have to run with the cross country. We have to train with the cross country.
Correct.
I played football. Correct. Didn't know when I went and played football.
Cross country's a beast.
Shit, I'd never do it. Didn't know when I played football that I was walking into the same dude that coached my dad in high school. So I got that same shit you probably gave Mel from Frank Monica. Frank Monica just retired and he got to be 77, I think. I think Frank's 77, 76, something like that. And to this day, even though I was late for work all the time, he was like, you're on time, you're late. You're early, you're on time. That's the goddamn shit that that type of shit stuck with me. Even though I'll still be late, I'll remember that as I'm going into a job late. But like you said, that type of coaching.
That shit didn't stick, bro.
Yeah, it ain't stick at all. I'm late on it. I'm late on here, even though I was on time today. But that type of discipline, bro, is still, even when you in the midst of screwing up, you hear your dad. I heard my dad first, but through him, I heard my coach, my Frank Monica. He was the football coach. He wasn't even the basketball coach. But to this day, I can't parallel Coach Paul because my basketball coach was my driver's ed teacher. I ain't had to do that shit.
Right.
You go bring the story. You go bring this story in to AD in LA or
no.
That's just what I'm saying. I'm bringing it in, but how did MJ get so much better? What did he have to change in this game to get him over the top?
well, with his body, because he was getting beat up by Detroit. Yeah, with his body, he had to hire that.
Strength and conditioning.
Exactly. Yep.
That's where AD gonna have to go.
Oh,
I still say
that.
With a healthy AD and LeBron, they're contenders.
Now, AD gonna have to go to Wakanda and get that vibranium. That's the only way.
Right.
AD has a body type where it's not really defined and chiseled. It's more kind of like Tim Duncan's body was, or kind of like Rasheed Wiley's body was. But the way he was
strong,
right? But the way he's getting hurt so much,
and he ain't even 30.
Right? Maybe he's supposed to have, like, I mean, because they look like baby fat. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Is he not in a tip top shape that he can be in? Should he look more like Garnett look when he was cut up, or more like Webber look? Like, would that make him stay healthy if he chisels his body look like Chris Webber did in his prime?
Or the one thing I know about injuries, if you're not in shape and you're not in good condition, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt.
It could be that then. He ain't in the top. He ain't even in the best shape of his life.
That I don't know if he's not eating right or his condition is not. I don't know, but all I know from my experience as a player and as a coach, you gotta position yourself to eat right, work out, get stronger, faster, quicker. If you don't, you're gonna get hurt.
So
most of the mistakes I made when I was athlete, when I was.
Yeah.
You should have ran.
Hey, he did run us, man. I remember Thanksgiving break that he called practice during the day after Thanksgiving, and we come in the gym and we walk in the gym. It's not one basketball in there, and this dude talking about we need to run that Thanksgiving turkey off of y'all before the game start back up, and we ran the whole practice
on Thanksgiving.
Oh shoot! Oh, he gave us the day off then. Yeah, he let us eat Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At Frank Monica, we out there, but this football.
Oh, you would have
was to practice on Thanksgiving morning. That means we in the playoffs with a chance to go to the finals. We out there Thanksgiving morning. I'm hoping we lose. So I go hoop.
Are you playing football?
Oh, we out there. And they get paid to play. Y'all come out here and practice.
Yeah.
But for you to practice on Thanksgiving, that means you playing for a championship.
Yeah.
You're advancing.
Well, let me let Lamar get the last word on what he think the future look like for LA, and is AD gonna be the answer moving forward?
Well, that's my thinking of the future LA. It's a healthy AD. A healthy AD. And the rest of them other cats too, they gonna have to come through. They go, even though AD was out, the role players became garbage. You're not playing Drummond. Then you're not playing with it. It's crazy. I didn't understand what the Lakers was doing. You bring all these guys in, and they don't get no playing time.
That was all because they were a bad fit for LeBron's style of play. That's the only reason why they couldn't get on the floor. When LeBron retires, the LA wouldn't have that issue with trying to build around AD, but LeBron has to have a specific type of player alongside him because of the deficiencies he have in his game.
So do you think they was exposed? Let me ask you this. If the playoffs would have been a normal setting instead of the bubble, do you think the Lakers would have won it all?
I think no. I think the Lakers won partly because they got their break in between because of COVID. Because I think AD probably would have got hurt last year if they kept going through. They also won because Kobe passed, and they benefited from the bubble. Look at everybody. Look at the people who were the talks of the bubble: Miami and Jimmy Butler, LeBron, AD and the Lakers, and TJ Warren from Indiana. And now look at all three of those people in teams this year with a regular season. You didn't hear about no TJ Warren, and Miami and LA both got put out in the first round. They were a product of the bubble.
But you know who it hurt? Milwaukee, they lose at home and out.
Exactly. Bubble fries. But go ahead, Lamar. Go ahead. Finish us off, man. We're going to get out of here.
Good talk, you guys.
All right, Coach.
Hey, all right. Look, I'm with Coach. It's going to have to come down to a healthy AD. But that's also been the problem with AD is him being healthy. Right. You know, I've been an advocate on my IOW show plenty of times that the Lakers, even though what they did to get AD, they should have done and put some energy into getting a third option because it was inevitable that AD was going to get hurt. At a point in time, he's going to miss time. So you got to be able to have a crutch to help aging LeBron. He's shown that he can't carry that team and drag it through the finals like he did when he was with Cleveland. He's not doing that no more.
Right.
So LA needs to find a way to have a option when AD's going to go down because it's going to happen. If they just rely on just AD and the aging LeBron, they're going to end up in the same situation that they are now. A whole bunch of role players that have no clue what to do without AD and LeBron on the court.
That's the catch-22 though, Lamar, because they actually bought in Andre Drummond to be a filler because AD was hurt. So when AD get hurt, Andre Drummond was supposed to step in and help. The issue with that is, like I said, LeBron don't like playing with lane cloggers.
Yeah, and Andre, I get what you're saying, but Andre's not even nowhere comparable to the offensive threat that AD is. You know what I'm saying?
True. But I mean, what else? But like, what else you need? I mean, only thing Ayton was doing was catching lobs and getting putbacks. Why couldn't Drummond do that for LA? Why couldn't the sixth man of the year from last year that you brought in? Why couldn't he get in and help out? All this is based on because LeBron James like big man that can spread the floor for him. He don't want his big man in the paint.
No, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is you know, and to kind of the piggyback of what you're saying, Andre Drummond was coming in as a walking double-double. Where did that go? You know,
it went with his minutes. it went with his minutes. It went with his opportunities. Like if they gave him a real shot to play, he could have performed. But you know, I get on the floor and then LeBron is like, I really don't want you down there, big dog.
All right, so are we going to put some of that blame on the coaching? Because I know that you got LeBron and you know what he can do, but when you got cats that were walking double-doubles, you got a sixth man of the year, you literally got cats that show that they got skills that they can help the team win. You're not exploiting that. You know what I'm saying? But you're only appeasing to LeBron and what he wants.
I mean, what else you gonna do is your best player, and he gives you your best opportunity to win. So if you're the star player, Lamar, and I come in as a role player, and are you going to make if you got a decision to make, if we got clashing styles, are you going to cater the offense to my style as a role player, or are you going to cater the offense to your best player style?
No, you're right. But at the same time, if your best player is LeBron, or okay, to your example, if I'm the best player, and my mentality is, what can I do to help the team succeed? And not just because, let's be honest, everybody's going to hone in defensively on me. And that's what's happening with the Lakers. They're like, Well, let's LeBron get his because, or pretty much, let's see if anybody else can beat us. We're not gonna let LeBron beat us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hone in on guarding LeBron. Our defense is catered to LeBron because we know that is the offensive threat. So you know that's the engine. Kill the engine.
Right.
So my thing is LeBron maybe 14 years ago should have figured out that, you know I'm this physical specimen, but at some point maybe let me develop other skills, which kind of goes back to that conversation earlier. Let me develop other skills that makes me more dangerous on different aspects of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Now you preaching. Now you preaching, man. Oh, see, there are people who can look at the game and know what's actually going on. So what you said is so true. LeBron plays a style that he should have put on the shelf for a better style. And the example for that is what Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan came into the league playing the exact same style that LeBron plays. He had the ball in his hand. He was the number one scorer and the number one distributor. He was averaging 28, 8, and 8 as a rookie and a sophomore player, right? When Phil Jackson got there, he implemented the triangle and took the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands and put it in everyone else's hands. And then Scottie Pippen, of course, became like a point forward. If Michael Jordan would have never done that, Scottie Pippen never would have turned into the player that he turned into as a point forward that can distribute. Man, Michael Jordan adopted a higher caliber game, which is the off-ball game, which actually opens up so much for your team. When you're the number one scorer and you're off the ball, it opens up so much, right? But at the end of the day, in the fourth quarter, if he wanted to go back to his original game with the ball, he can do that. So that's what LeBron was supposed to do. He was supposed to adopt a new A game and keep the A game that he came in the league in for crunch time when he needed it. He never did it. He just kept running his one A game. He's came in the league and he's done what he was naturally doing since high school throughout his whole career, and he never elevated to a new height of what MJ and Kobe did.
Hey, look, I might sound crazy. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I don't think LeBron will never get another championship before he retires.
I don't think he will either. That ain't crazy at all.
I agree with you up on that one more.
And the Clippers won.
Yeah, they did 104 to 97. As you seen, man, just with the question earlier, you think it's age or injury? I mean, they coincide with each other. He's getting older. His body is not able to recover like it once was. Just like you were saying, because of that bubble stretch, that 2-month break, his body was able to recover. Father time catches up with everyone eventually. Man, when you've been playing basketball discontinuously on that body, is eventually going to catch up to you. And I just like you said, Mel, you didn't see another 40-point game from LeBron.
Yeah, but he got one, so I was wrong.
He got one.
I was wrong, Cass. Right, I was wrong. But when he needed 40, 2 games in a row, he couldn't get it in either game.
Oh no, he can't.
Right,
his body can't. His body not gonna let him do that.
Right. So I was wrong, but I kind of wasn't wrong. Right. Right. Can I be wrong and right at the same time? Is that possible?
No, you could, because that was the regular season. We're talking about right now. Like I said, man, his body caught up to his hairline, man. It's just he's just old now, man.
Nah, don't say that, because if it caught up to his hairline, he'd been out the game a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we're gonna do this real fast before we go. Remember last time we did this cast 25, the best 25 under 25, and they had Luka at number 1. They had Luka at number 1. But this is the thing. They had Zion at number 2. They had Trae Young and Devin Booker like out of the top 10.
That's gonna change.
No, out of the top 5. They was in the top 10, but they was out of the top 10.
My bad. Go ahead, Cass. No, I was
No,
talking
I
about.
can't hear you. No. They was out of the top 5. They was in the top 10.
Yeah, but I think does the playoff change that at all for you? Does what Trae Young and Booker did in the playoff?
I still got Luka number 1. So Luka's number 1. Interchange Trae Young. Well, I can't say that because I ain't gonna lie, man. Jason Tatum showed me something. He had to drop 50, and I got Jason Tatum number 2. I have Devin Booker number 3. I have just because Trae Young in the playoffs, because I want to put Brandon Ingram up in that top 5. So probably Trae Young number 4.
You want to put Brandon Ingram in the top 5?
Yes, man. Brandon Ingram. I like Brandon Ingram. Damn, man. And you
All
got to remember,
right,
Brandon Ingram is
let me do this, Cass. Let me do this. Let me just remind everybody how they had it.
All right.
They had Luka at number 1. That had and remember they're projecting. They think that this is what this is how it's going to be a couple of years from now. They're projecting, right? So Luka 1, Zion 2, Jason Tatum 3, Devin Booker 4, Ben Simmons 5, Donovan Mitchell 6, Bam Adebayo 7, Jaylen Brown 8, Trae Young 9, Brandon Ingram 10, Jamal Murray. I don't know who I must have forgot. They had Jamal Murray at 13, Ja Morant at 15, LaMelo at 16, DeAndre Ayton at 21, Michael Porter Jr. at 24. So these are the names. These are the names I'm concerned about. Michael Porter Jr. at 24. I think Ja Morant was down in the 20s too. So Michael Porter Jr., Ja Morant, Donovan Mitchell, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker.
Ja Morant was 15. In the teens.
Yeah, he was 15.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you my top 5 right now. It ain't got no Ben Simmons in it, no Zion. I put Luka at 1. I put Devin Booker at 2.
Who ain't got up in there, Melvin?
I ain't got no Zion in there. So look, this is how I actually got. I got Devin Booker at 1. I got Luka at 2. I'm lying. I got Devin Booker at 1. I got Jason Tatum at 2. I got Luka at 3. I got Donovan Mitchell at 4. And at 5, I got probably Michael Porter Jr.
No Ja?
I put Ja at 6 and Trae Young at 7.
3 is the same, just different order. I'm putting Trae ability to score is above what Ja can do. And I know Ja can distribute, but boy, Trae just he scored 3 straight 30-point games at Madison Square Garden. The last person to do it,
Sincere.
MJ.
I'm not mad at the Trae Young part because my thing with Ja Morant is if he could get more consistent with his shot, he'll have to move up. But he got to get more consistent with his jump shot because there was I know they had a bad matchup with Utah, but there were some games where his shot just wasn't right, and there were times where they left him open on purpose at the 3-point line. We're like, yeah, you ain't making that, bro.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I gotta put Trae above him.
Oh no! I
like his top 3. I like Mel's top 3.
I can't put Luka at 1. My thing is anybody can probably get the same production that Luka would did if they run in the same offense. If they got the ball in the hand all the time.
Yeah, and the only reason why I put because Luka is highly skilled on offense, but I'm looking at Jason Tatum as an athlete
that coach
and see how he defends, and Jason Tatum defends better than Luka. Luka is a Steve Nash on defense.
Right. So, but Mel, I also think that it's more so of an offensive thing. I think Luka needs to have a different offensive coach because I think Luka is more skilled than what we're seeing. So, yeah,
Luka is very skilled. He's very skilled, but he's showing ball dominance, and when you have ball dominance, you're going to accumulate stats. when you are the number one bucket getter and the number one assist guy, you're going to get stats, right? And when you play,
you're involved in every offensive thing,
right? And when you play defense so bad that they never put you on a great offensive player, you're going to be able to freelance for rebounds. That's why Westbrook gets so many. They're never going to put him on somebody and say, "Hey, stop him." And what is a result of playing good defense? A missed shot. So if I'm the one playing good defense, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to get the rebound too. Someone else is going to get it. So the fact that Westbrook gets so many rebounds,
Luka is also 6'8" though.
Yeah, and he also can't guard nobody. Hey, whoever Luka is on, hey Luka, go down there somewhere. I take Kawhi right now, because if he guards Kawhi 1-on-1, it's a cookbook. It's a cookbook. Yeah, but
I want anybody guards Kawhi as a cookbook, but like he brings so much offensively. Like I said, I'm not mad at your top 3. I just don't like that you put Jai in there over Trey. I'm not mad at it, but I think Trey is showing you offensively what he's capable. His shoot range is unlimited right now, and he's showing you that he's consistently. You have to pick him up from half court. So when you have to pick up someone from half court, that spaces the floor out for the other 4 players a lot because you're not so bunched in together. That's why I would have to put. You know what? I'm gonna give you Devin Booker number 1. I love Jason Tatum's game. So let's just say your top 3 is accurate. I'm gonna just interchange Ja and Trey for your top 5. I'm gonna interchange them too.
I had Ja at 6. Right? Because
you say Ja 5. You say Trey.
I said Ja 5.
No. He had Ja at 6.
Yeah,
I was asking why he didn't have Ja in the top 5.
Yeah, I had Michael Porter Jr. at 5.
At 5, yeah.
Yep, I had Donovan Mitchell at 4.
Oh,
Michael
Donovan,
Porter
all
Jr.
right.
Michael Porter Jr. at 5, and then Ja and Trey Young is a toss up for me. So yeah, if you swap Trey Young with Ja, I'm good with that too. It's because it's a toss up for me. I think it just depends on what type of squad you got. Well, which one
but
you
Mel,
take?
I gotta take your teachings on this one. Michael Porter Jr. is not the number 1 in his team. Trey Young is the number 1, so that's why I have to give that advantage to even Trey up in this one.
That's fair.
And I never looked at it like this until me and you talked about this. When you're the number 1 player up in your team, when you're 1A, whatever, when you're the number 1 player up in your team, you have to give that person credit. Guess who taught me that?
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm gonna even put Trey over
Michael. That's fair. But remember, this is projecting though. But that's fair though. But so
I understand. But
Josh said, why didn't I have Zion in the top 5?
What, 25, 26?
No, I think he older than 25.
No,
I think he's 26.
Of course. He's just over that because Zion, he doesn't have a mid-range shot consistently, which I see now, Mel. All right, I got to take my fandom out of this, and just look at the game. He doesn't have a consistent jumper. Zion take a piece of Kevin McHale's game, Zion is up in that top 5, right? Yeah. So if Kevin McHale,
so you answer my question for me. So Josh asked why not Zion in the top 5. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. He hasn't mastered and shown proficiency in a lot of different skill areas, and that's gonna hold his game back.
One thing he needs because of if just think about it, people gotta play so far off of him. Well, because if you play on Zion, he's gonna blow by you. Because to be someone 300 pounds, you don't expect him to be so fast. But if Zion, with that spacing that he's already having, if he can learn to just knock down some wide open shots, he's literally gonna be unguardable just because he's so fast. Because of that athleticism. He plays according to his athleticism. So I agree with you. I'm not going to have Zion up in my top 5 until I see a consistent jump shot from him. When he develops a consistent jump shot and he learns some post move, again, like the video you put up with Kevin McHale, if he can go on this offseason right now, he should have started this a month ago. If you can go with Kevin McHale or Akeem and just train with them how to actually be a post player, Zion gonna be unguardable. But I got Trey at 5, so I stick with your top 4, and I'm gonna put Trey at 5.
You know the unfortunate thing about Zion and what we can look at and see. Okay, he can't shoot. He don't have a free. He can't shoot free throws. He don't have a pull up. He don't have a post game. The unfortunate thing about players who make it all the way to the league without the ability to shoot is very few of them turn themselves into good shooters. I seen Jason Kidd do it. I seen Tim Hardaway do it. I seen Chris Webber do it. Right.
Derrick Rose.
And Derrick Rose. But for the most part, if your mechanics and your habits, I seen Alonzo Ball do it too. But if your mechanics and your habits are not taught and is not part of your foundation, it's probably you're never going to be a proficient shooter. And Zion looks like one of those guys who relied on athleticism so much, and nobody taught him how to shoot in high school, that he's probably not going to be able to develop a shot. And that's the reason why LeBron can't even shoot free throws right now. No matter how good he get it leaning to the left.
But he's only 20 though, Mel. He's only 20.
He's only 20, but remember, Steph Curry is a great shooter. Steph Curry is a great shooter. Klay Thompson is a great shooter. Their dad taught them how to shoot the ball the right way as a kid. Kobe Bryant, his dad is a professional, taught him how to shoot the ball as a young kid. He didn't have bad mechanics. You got to give me something to work with, right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like if Lamar, I don't know if you go to the gun range or you ever shot a M16 or M4 or whatever. But
I'm at the gun range a lot.
Okay, so one thing that teach people how to shoot rifles and how to be like snipers, one thing that they tell people is, I would rather get someone who's never shot before so I can teach them, because once you learn how to shoot the wrong way, it's very hard to break that habit. Yep. Right.
Yep. Especially with shooting.
So it's like that with basketball too. When you shot with bad mechanics all throughout high school, and you try to go to the league and then fix it, it ain't gonna happen.
It's almost too late.
Yo, Mel, you know the funny thing though? Zion had a higher free throw percentage than LeBron. That's the funny thing though. And we said he can't shoot free throws, and he shot more free throws. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, so LeBron can't shoot free. LeBron still can't shoot free throw. No matter how much he practiced shooting, his mechanics are so bad that he can get in a rhythm for shooting threes, but it still shows on free throws. Same thing with Rondo. No matter how good Rondo get at shooting threes, when they get to the free throw line, their bad shooting mechanics just keep coming back because they got time. They got time to think about it.
Right. Isn't that kind of counterproductive for LeBron to be a driving player?
Hold on, both of y'all was talking. What would you say?
No, I was saying, isn't that kind of counterproductive for LeBron to be a player that likes to get to the paint? So you're going to get fouled a lot. So you're going to be at the free throw line. That's counterproductive that you can't shoot free throws and you're a driver. You that's right. What you do.
You're right.
Go to the hole. That's counterproductive.
Yeah, right. That's why he passed a lot in the fourth quarter.
He would practice it more often.
That's why he passed a lot in the fourth quarter. Don't let him lie and tell you he's doing it to make the right play. He's doing it because he don't want to go to the free throw line in the fourth quarter.
Free throw. Trying to avoid that free throw line.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
But Mel, that's probably because he knows he's not that good at free throws though. So
of course,
like if I go to the free throw line, look, that's not a good play. So I can knock him, but at the also same time, I can see that he's a bad free throw shooter. So I would rather him pass out of that. Right, you see what I'm saying? But what I was saying is, I'm gonna put Brandon Ingram over Michael Porter Jr. too. So I give John Morant 6, BI 7, Michael Porter Jr. 8.
That's fair. I'm just a favorite of MPJ because I've been watching him a lot, and I see. I'm like remember what I'm saying. He will be the next T-Mac, not in playing like T-Mac, but it's. Not playing like T-Mac. Right. I'm talking about the next guy that had to play behind someone, and then when he actually go to his own squad, you're gonna see that he was better than that person he played behind the whole time.
I can see.
I'm gonna end it on this note, man. The Clippers live to see another day, so we gotta let the board man get his laugh in.
Bro, yo, why is it seem like they can win at each other's home?
Nobody can win on the road. Nobody can win on the road.
Look,
nobody can win at home.
I mean, yeah, my fault. That nobody can win at home. So it's going to LA. So what? Dallas got it. Dallas got this serious. Mavericks got this serious.
I don't know, man. I see this ending like a storybook. That they lost in the game 7 last year, and embarrassed themselves, and they get to all come back to this game 7 where they lost so much respect for so many people because they didn't show up in the game 7, and they get a chance to show up in this game 7. It's all written out for them. It's all written out for them. So
Mel,
I think they show up.
Watch what I'm saying, Mel. I think it's too much pressure for playoff P. He's the number 2, and he's afraid of that spotlight. No, I think Kawhi will raise up to the occasion. But watch what I'm saying. Playoff P is gonna have a horrible night. Mark my word. I'm putting it down.
See.
That's a bet. Mark my word.
We'll
playoff P will not have.
So you saying Mavs will win?
He's not even gonna have 25 points. Yeah, I'm going mad.
You can still have a good game and not get 25.
It's a bad shooting night because he's going. Paul George
is going to take minimum. He's not going to shoot 40%. He's not going to have 40. He's not going to shoot 40 from the field. 40%. Watch what I'm saying. And I don't know what it is. Just like you said, playoff. Paul George is like bad luck. Watch, Lamar. Mark my words. Playoff P is not going to shoot above 40%.
Hey, you kind of almost hit his stat line tonight. He got 20 points, but he wasn't efficient.
Hey, I mean, if you get 20 points and the number 1 guy get 45, that's all you can ask for. Like, so this is the thing with Paul George, right? Paul George is a good offensive player, but you got to remember he's the number 2. He's supposed to be doing what Pippen was doing. Right. It's some games that Pippen had 15 and 8. And probably 4 steals, and that was great because Michael Jordan had 40. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's some 4 games steals. He can't stop Luka.
That ain't got nothing to do with steals. That's fine. He can't stop Luka. That's great. That's great. That's fine.
Hey, to your point now, you gotta give PG some credit because look, he wasn't efficient tonight shooting, but he dropped 13 boards, 6 assists, 3 blocks. His plus and minus is +9. So
there you go.
Right. You got to get some kind of props because my only problem is his shot selection and how many shots he takes, and he's not efficient at shooting. So if he can figure that out, then he might not be the number 2 on that squad no more.
I like what he's doing. I'm telling you, we've never looked this close at numbers back in the day. I guarantee you, when every superstar that's a Michael Jordan wish they had a Scottie Pippen type. Now I'm talking about Scottie Pippen specifically, but Scottie Pippen used as a way to explain a number 2 that can help. LeBron has had Wade as a number 2. He's had Kyrie as a number 2 and AD as a number 2. Paul George is a number 2. He also
had Booby Williams as a number 2 too.
Where Paul George is a number 2, and people keep looking for him to give you number 1 numbers. Y'all comparing him to LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan. That's for Kawhi. Compare Paul George to Scottie Pippen.
No,
and if he's not giving you what Scottie was giving Michael, then he's underachieving.
Right, but Mel, you got to understand. I want to say this one thing about Paul George, though. Paul George labeled himself as playoff P. I know they didn't have social media like that back then, but I didn't hear that from Scottie. I didn't hear that from
It's playoff
He's
P.
The one that's bringing
the
that
same thing as Michael Jordan. It's playoff P. Michael Jordan.
No. We're
okay. So what's playoff P?
Comparing him to Scottie Pippen. I was saying
it's playoff. It's playoff Rondo a number 1.
Say again. Is he a number 1?
It's playoff Rondo number. We can't judge him with number one lens just because he said playoff P. Judge him with Rondo.
We're talking about a player that was just a couple of years removed from in the top 3 MVP discussion. So we're not talking about
is he a number one or number 2?
No, I already answered that question. He's currently the number 2 on that team.
All right, so judge him with number 2 lens.
All right, Demel. So, all right, peace out, everybody. I'm about to go. Again, your boy's on terminal leave. Yesterday was my last day in the Navy. I saluted my way out. I'm about to go get drunk, have fun tonight. This is my celebration. 10 years of service. Yo, wrap it up, B. Let me hear that round of applause now. Your boy was 10 years of service. That's what
and we're gonna drop the mic one time. Hey, Lamar, man, appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Peace.
Yeah, Lamar, I appreciate that, man. Who that?